It was a very good season for the junior high football team. As they mentioned, undefeated in conference play, only one loss on the season, and that was to a good Lakeside junior high team. But it's a team that had a lot of 8th graders that will still be in the junior high next year, but it's a good 9th grade group. Some of those dressing out for the playoff game, and see some of those possibly tonight. But it is all the success Arkadelphia High School has had in football over the last decade. You go back to 2011, J.R. Eldridge's first year. You have a semifinal appearance in 15, quarterfinals in 12 and 13, championships in 17, 18, to quarterfinals 2 years ago, and a second or third round last year. None of those teams were a part of a conference championship team as junior high players. They got close. We had some conference championship games here a few years ago and around the 15-16 area, but none of those teams ever won a conference championship, and this group was able to do that. So a good job by this Arkadelphia junior high football coaching staff and players. And I know Coach Shucker is excited about what's coming up in the not only the 8th and 9th grade team, but the 7th grade team as well.
Chris, our viewers might have noticed that some of those players were dressed out as if they're going to dress out as varsity Badgers tonight, and that is the case.
Yes, some probably. I think there are about 8 or 9 of those junior 9th graders that dressed out last week. Dressed out against Malvern, got a little bit of action. We mentioned Nikeeson Wimberly got in the game. Jay Purifoy also got in the game. But this is a team that, when they started school, the first day of school, they had 81, 91. Either way, I think it might have been 91 players, 81 or 91 players in the 8th and 9th grade. They had another 35 in 7th grade. So the numbers in the program are up. I'm sure not all those ended up playing the whole season. But that's just a fantastic numbers for the junior high football program.
It's a sign that the younger guys want to be Arkadelphia Badgers. They want to play for these coaches. They want to play for their hometown. It's a very healthy situation.
It is. It's a good coaching staff from top to bottom, and you saw those junior high coaches. Coach Koger was also out there, one of the volunteers, along with Coach Jenkins, and all of them have worked really good together with the high school staff for the development of this program.
Chris, our viewers may have also noticed that Clinton was still out on the field warming up as they were being honored, as the Arkadelphia Badger junior high team was being honored. That's because they were late in arriving. A lot of traffic on I-30, and they got held up, so they were late getting here, but we think we're going to kick off on time. We're excited about the game. We think it's going to come across right at 7 o'clock.
I can't imagine I-30 westbound having some traffic issues. I can't imagine how that happened, but we're just glad they made it.
Tell you what, Chris, give us just a moment. Reflect on a season of doing the Coaches Show with Coach Shucker. I know it's been a special thing for you.
It has. Every Friday we come out and go to our same spot. A lot of people are in athletics, myself included, a little bit superstitious, but it's a Coach Shucker. One of those. You mentioned about that junior high team. We were coming up to do one of those shows, and the junior high team was on the field. It was a little bit later for one reason, whatever reason that was that day, and I said, that's a good-looking group. He said, it makes me glad I'm in Arkadelphia. And it's good for the head coach to like the talent that you have coming up. And it's been a good opportunity, although there are a couple of times we haven't been able to play the show because we didn't have power. But regardless, it's a good time to kind of get a little insight on what the Badgers are preparing for.
Memorable night in Bauxite for sure. But we have power tonight. We're glad to be with you. We're glad you have joined us for the game. If you're in Arkadelphia, come on down to the field. It's going to be plenty warm enough. We got some hot coffee in the concession stand, and it's going to be a lot of fun to be here in person. If you're out of town or you can't make it to the game, we are glad that you are tuned in. Let's take a break, and then we'll go to the Coaches Show.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are on your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Under perfect conditions, your car traveling at 65 miles per hour can stop in about 300 feet. That's the length of a football field.
But a fully loaded tractor trailer, one that weighs 80,000 pounds, will take 2 football fields to stop. And that's if the driver is rested, paying attention, and the truck and load is properly maintained.
If you're in an accident with a big truck, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
Get the experienced team that's going to be on your side, by your side.
Pricing Company Insurance is the area's only trusted choice independent insurance agency. What is that, you might ask? An independent insurance agency works for you, the customer, and not the insurance companies. So the next time you're shopping for home, auto, business, life, or health insurance, we invite you to experience an unprecedented level of customer service and expertise. Call or click for a quote today.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia. Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. This interview brought to you each week by Austin Wingfield State Farm, 620 Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Give them a call at 870-246-2162. Coach, the non-conference passed us a few weeks ago. The conference season is over. The regular season is over, and we've got playoff football, and it's an exciting time of the year. Anytime, daylight saving time ends and it starts getting dark, you drive to the stadium, the lights are on, you're in playoff time, and we'll talk about our playoff game tonight against Clinton in a little bit, but let's go back to last week. Rivalry game, the Ouachita River Rumble. Your team really came out after the first two drives when some ebbs and flows and momentum swings and really controlled the game midway through the first half and made for a fun second half with a 49-13 win. Your overall thoughts about the way your team performed?
Phenomenal. Just being a big rival, the big rivalry like it is, and then senior night on top of that, and then the playoff implications of the game. We're up for that 2 seed. We win the game, we get the 2 seed, and so it was really a big game. We tried to downplay it and make it just a normal game for our kids, but it was really a big game, and our kids came out and played really well. Started off up and down, but really once we got a hold of the game, we never let go, and that was what I was really proud of. A great senior night for our players.
We could take a look at the late part of the second quarter in this game against Malvern. I don't want to go back too far and bring back cold shivers, but the late part of the second quarter against Ashdown. Those two, the late part of the second quarter played out completely differently. And after you talked about the Ashdown game, when you have a chance to put somebody away, can you do that? And you look like you learned that lesson and you executed against Malvern. You get the stop, you get a touchdown, then you use some timeouts to get a stop, and you're able to have a big strike, a quick strike. Alex Loy with a phenomenal catch and run in for a touchdown. And you go from being a one-possession game to a three-possession game right before halftime, and that had to be huge.
It was, and that was what we took some timeouts to try to get the ball back, and our offense had some momentum and felt like if we just get the ball back, we could score. It doesn't matter how much time's on the clock, and our kids, we work 2-minute drills every week, and so it's nothing new to our kids, and that was the situation. We got into it and got the ball back. Our defense played well and got us the ball back, so our offense takes the field, and we knew that if we just get a couple quick plays early, get some positive yards, that it would set up that big play, and it's exactly what happened. We executed it phenomenal. Big throw by Donovan Witten, and then just a huge catch by Alex Loy and finishing in the end zone, and just that really set the tone for the rest of the game, and we just took control at that point. The 3-possession game, it's hard to come back from it. Going into halftime and then coming out the second half. It was big for the outcome of the game.
We talk about having offensive weapons and trying to get the ball to your players in space, and you have multiple. You have Jay-Sean Davis, Alex Lloyd, Braylon Bailey. Latonio Hughes got in on offense some, and then Donovan Whitten at quarterback. And we talk a lot about Donovan's passing, over 2,500 yards passing through the first 10 games of the season.
Yeah.
But one of the things I thought in Friday night's game was the ability for Donovan to run either when plays broke down or to be able to find holes in looking like Malvern was going to, if you're going to beat us, it's not going to be through the air or through Jayshon Davis. Donovan Whitten did a nice job of taking advantage of what was there.
Yes, he really does, and he's improved on that over the course of the season. You know, yes, there's such an emphasis on Jayshon Davis, and then we've got the skill players at receiver that are explosive. So it's very, very hard to be able to cover the whole field. And then, you know, when they take it away or take something away, Donovan's got the ability to tuck it and get vertical and get positive yards. And he made some really big plays for us, some fourth down plays Friday night against Malvern that converted to a first down. And just he's such a good runner. He's a good athlete, you know, and he's just been so strong running the football this year.
Let's take a look at the defense. Malvern, obviously we knew coming in, adjusting their offense after week 3 going into conference, they had gotten some momentum. A couple of good sophomore running backs. Jalen Dupree, we saw him break one. We saw him on a kickoff return. But overall, your defense did a nice job of bottling up the Malvern offense.
Really did. And you know, going into it and what we prepared for all week was, you know, just a downhill running game. And that's exactly who they were and who they stayed true to be. And, you know, we knew that we could match that really well, and our defense stood tall against it. And, you know, we did a great job at getting penetration and controlling the line of scrimmage, and our linebackers got to the ball and did a really good job of wrapping up and tackling. You know, as a whole, the defense is playing really well right now.
That win against Malvern secured the 2 seed from the 4A7 for the Arkadelphia Badgers. They finished the regular season at 7-3. 6-1 in the 4A7. They will be the 2 seed and host the Clinton Yellow Jackets, the 4 seed from the 4A2. A lot of numbers you got to get in there and get them correct. We'll talk about the Yellow Jackets and the playoffs after this timeout. You're watching ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. Thanks to Austin Wingfield for sponsoring this interview with Coach Shucker each week, and we will be back after the break. As a family-owned sporting goods supplier since 1950, Southwest Sporting Goods understands the value of customer service and is committed to providing the best quality customer service and merchandise available. Southwest Sporting Goods is located in Arkadelphia, but also has salesmen that cover the entire state of Arkansas to help ensure that their customers will receive the best customer service and pricing that can be found. Southwest Sporting Goods, located in downtown Arkadelphia, supporting the Badgers since 1950.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says Go Badgers.
Call State Farm agent Austin Wingfield at 870-246-2162 today.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
For over 75 years, Mary and Martha's Florist and Gifts on Main Street in Arkadelphia has served the people of Arkadelphia and her surrounding communities, providing a wide variety of floral and gift needs. Do you have a special occasion that calls for just the right touch of creativity? Join the many who call David Goodman at Mary and Martha's to create a floral arrangement to fit their needs and budget. Call Mary and Martha's at 870-246-2446 or visit their location at 921 Main Street in Arkadelphia. Mary and Martha's Florist is a proud supporter of the Arkadelphia Badgers.
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. This interview brought to you by Austin Wingfield State Farm in Arkadelphia, 620 Pine Street, 870-246-2162. Well, Coach, it's the the playoffs. We've got kickoff in a few minutes. Before kickoff tonight, you're going to take some time to recognize your conference championship junior high team, and I know that's it's been good for those guys. You have a few of those that are dressed out with the varsity team, but a good way for the community to recognize the efforts in the championship in the junior high football team.
Yes, that's huge. It's huge for our program. Our junior high kids have worked really hard. Did a really good job of showing up this summer and competing in 7-on-7s and team camps. That's something that we have started to do with our junior highs more, and we'll continue to do moving forward. And I think that's done a great job at helping our kids look forward to something in the summer and get them up here and overall prepare them for the season. Along with, we do have really good athletes, good players, but they work really hard at what they do. And, it showed all conference season, and, they really got after it and put together a great season.
It is the playoffs. Clinton Yellow Jackets, the 4 seed from the 4A2. The winner of that conference was Stuttgart. Southside Batesville finished the 2 seed. And the Lonoke Jackrabbits finished the 3 seed from that conference after a 4-point victory over Clinton last week in the regular season finale. We talk about playoffs. The whole regular season is setting up for that. And if you take a look at Arkadelphia's record of 7-3, Coach, those 3 losses are two teams with a combined 28-2 record. Robinson 9-1, Camden Fairview 9-1, and Greenbrier 10-0. I would imagine that you feel like your non-conference and the regular season has prepared you to be where you need to be as the playoffs begin.
No doubt. It really does. We play a really good non-conference schedule, and just the competition of it is just like playoffs. When you get to the playoffs, everybody's in the same situation where it's win or go home. And, those non-conference games against those good competition are, kind of that playoff atmosphere. And the competition of it is pretty similar. And, those non-conference games, they're really good teams. I mean, they really are. And then you include OT in the conference play. Those games just battle test you. They really do, and we were able to improve, and we've gotten better every week from those games. When you go against good competition, you might be exposed on some things that, might be your weaknesses, and I feel like we've improved every single week and gotten better every single week from that.
Let's take a look at Clinton. Coach DeFran and his squad are coming in with a 5-5 overall record. Arkadelphia has faced several offenses that are primarily running offenses this season. You go Fountain Lake, Harmony Grove, we saw Malvern last week, and some others. That's going to be the same thing as Clinton, although a little bit different look. Kind of give us an idea of what to expect from the Yellow Jackets on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they're going to run the wing tee. They're going to get under center, and they're going to get behind those big offensive linemen that they've got. And, they're not going to throw the ball around the yard as much as what we've seen in some situations. They're going to keep the ball on the ground and try to get behind those big guys and get 3-4 yards every play.
Offensively, attacking the Clinton defense, kind of give us an idea. I guess we could record this every week and say get it to the players in space, but how do you try to do that against the Clinton defense?
Yeah, so against Clinton, they're going to be in different versions of man defense. So what we're going to do, we're going to try to use our speed and just really get open. I mean, that's just plain and simple about it. Whenever it's man, it's one-on-one. It's our receiver has got to beat that DB in space, and that's what we're going to try to do. Play fast off the line of scrimmage. Go just beat that defensive player one-on-one, get open, go catch the football.
Records, seeds, none of that stuff really matters now. Everybody, the coach of the speak line is everybody's 0-0 and you got to win this week. But truly that is the case when you get in a win or go home situation. You get in the playoffs and you have to bring your best every week. How is the guys prepared for that this week in practice?
They've done a great job at just staying focused on the task. Our kids know, the situation with the playoffs, records doesn't matter right now. It really doesn't. Everybody's in the same situation, and luckily we're at home. And, everybody's excited to be here at Badger Stadium round 1 of the playoffs.
All right, the Badgers and the Clinton Yellow Jackets. The winner will face the winner of the Southside Batesville Star City game also going on tonight. It is week 1 of the high school playoffs around the state of Arkansas. It's an exciting time of the week, and we're glad you're tuned in to watch the Badgers tonight. Our thanks to Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker for taking his time out to visit with us as we prepare for tonight's game. And we'd also like to thank Austin Wingfield State Farm, as each week he sponsors this interview with Coach Shucker. We'll be back with more of the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show after this timeout. You're watching ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker, supporting the Badgers since 1996.
Thanks for meeting me here.
No problem. You know, Farm Bureau Insurance has local agents making this kind of thing real easy.
Well, your auto insurance has saved me a lot on old Becky here.
Harold, your dog swallowed the remote again.
Who's that?
Older Becky.
Oh. Ugh.
Real service, real people. That's Farm Bureau Insurance.
Call Clark County Farm Bureau today at 870-246-4554.
When severe weather knocks you down, Shelter Insurance is there to help pick you up. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
In Arkadelphia, contact Shelter Agent Chad Kesterson.
Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler CPA is a longtime supporter of the Arkadelphia Public School District. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler has established a reputation for providing clients with outstanding services that include auditing, accounting, and tax and business consulting. Contact Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler today at 870-246-4563 or by visiting them at 305 Professional Park Drive in Arkadelphia. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler says, "Go Badgers!" Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp pregame show. Chris Babb along with Chase Hartzell. Dr. Jeff Root will be in just a few minutes as we prepare for kickoff. Just a few minutes away, you see the Arkadelphia High School seniors on the field getting ready to prepare for the coin toss. Arkadelphia and Clinton, Chase, first round of playoffs. Any cliche you want to say, throw out the books, throw out the records, throw the record books out there. Anything you want to say, it really doesn't matter because everybody's 0-0 and wanting to get to next Friday night.
That's right, Chris, and both of these teams are looking to build off that momentum that they built up in the regular season to just get to this point. But at the same time, as you mentioned, it's a clean slate. Anything can happen on any given Friday night, and that's the case here tonight. Clinton, they've won 3 of their last 5. They're going to look to build off of that here tonight. Going to maybe have a little bit of extra motivation after a close loss to Lone Oak a week ago. But then you look at Arkadelphia rattling off several wins in a row to close out the regular season. Hasn't lost since that game against Robinson several weeks ago, back in early October. So both of these teams are on pretty good stretches right now, and they'll be looking to continue their seasons here tonight. Unfortunately, one of these teams is going to have their fantastic 2021 campaign come to an end. Arkadelphia comes into the game 7-3, 3 losses to Greenbrier, Camden Fairview, and Joe T. Robinson. The combined record of those 3 teams is 28-2 after the end of the regular season. The Badgers are about ready. The coin toss has been flipped by head referee Paul Fuller. Clinton won the toss and has elected to receive. The Badgers are getting ready to head out behind their flag and take the field, and the Arkadelphia kickoff team will be on the field first. This is an offense, Chase, that Arkadelphia will see. You might not see the quarterback. You'll notice if you're watching on the live stream that the quarterback is going to be very low in taking his snap, almost like a catcher would be, but only on one knee. You'll see when it starts. But Arkadelphia rush defense is really going to have to be ready to go tonight. Clinton's going to try to control that clock. That's right. This is a ground and pound offense, not unlike some other offenses that Arkadelphia has faced earlier this year. But this Badger defense has been tested all throughout the season. They've looked better and better each and every week, and they're going to be looking to defend their home territory here tonight against a talented Yellow Jacket squad. That'll wrap up the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Kickoff just a minute away, and after we come back, Jeff Root will have the play-by-play for you. Thanks for watching Arkadelphia Badger TV, and we'll be back with the kickoff after this timeout.
Locally owned and operated, Java Primo is the official coffee house of ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. In addition to coffee, drinks, and desserts, we also have wonderful options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Shop our gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com or visit us on Main Street in historic downtown Arkadelphia. Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more says, Go Badgers!
Football coming your way here from Arkadelphia. The playoffs have arrived. It's Clinton coming to town. Clinton and Arkadelphia. Infrequently do we see these two teams play, but they've made their way down from the Ozarks. A lot of people know Clinton as just a place on the way to Branson, but now we know it as a really good football school as they come in 5-5. After a bit of a slow start, they had a good campaign in their conference, going 4-3 in their conference, and so they come to Arkadelphia. Arkadelphia, as Chris said moments ago, 7-3 overall, but really looking strong in recent weeks. They lost a couple of non-conference games, only one game in conference, and they're on quite a winning streak now. So Arkadelphia is set to kick off. This is going to be a wing T offense that they face, and it will be some skilled position players who are going to be pitching the ball around and running right at Arkadelphia at times. Also, we'll see how the Badger defense, that defensive line, the linebackers respond to this challenge. First quarter sponsor is Taylor King Law. Appreciation goes out to Austin Wingfield State Farm for sponsoring the Trey Shucker interview, and the pregame show itself sponsored by Southern Bancorp. We are ready for action, and here is the opening kickoff. It is Spencer Allen putting a foot into it. Bouncing kickoff is going to be picked up, dropped, picked up again at the 10-yard line, and returned, but Arkadelphia is all over it. He will not make it to the 15. Good start for the Badgers.
And momentum swings in playoff games are so important. That's a huge play for Arkadelphia's special teams unit, starting off on a good foot, and now the defense got a lot of field behind them to defend. And Clinton on the other side, deep in their own territory to start out this drive. They're going to have a long ways to go to that Badger end zone.
Ball spotted at the 13-yard line. First down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Again, they run this option offense, wing T, and the quarterback squats so far, he might be difficult for you to see at times. He will take it. He'll hand it off, and it will be a very short gain. On the carry for the Yellow Jackets, and they'll have several people carrying the ball tonight. That carry came to Cody Davis at 5'9", 165. He's a senior, but had nowhere to go. Second down and 10. Back ball closer to the 12-yard line now, but second down and 10. Nowhere to go on that quick handoff up the middle. The defensive line handled it well. Shift in the offense now. They're going to line up power to the right side, and they'll run to the right side. And breaking a tackle and getting some yardage this time. Good run up near first down territory. On the carry, a small but fast and shifty running back, Nick Epley. He's only 5'7". They list him at 130. One would think he's a little bit heavier than that, but he's hard to get a hold of. And that time he got good yardage and a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
And on that play, maybe using his size to his advantage there. A little bit of a misdirection there from the Yellow Jackets, but he was able to sneak through Arkadelphia's defense for a pretty good gain there and a first down.
So a gain of 0 and then a gain of 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Quarterback, his knees almost touching the ground, takes the snap. A handoff, not much room. The interior line does a nice job. Arkadelphia brings down the runner with a gain of only a yard, maybe 2. We'll see where the spot is. On the tackle for Arkadelphia, a young man who's had a really fine season, and that is Jelias Solomon. It was a gain. In fact, nice forward progress up to the 28-yard line, so he got between 4 and 5 yards. Second down for the Yellow Jackets, and now they have 2 linemen on the right side move too quickly. They're going to give up 5 yards. If you're the underdog on the road in a playoff game, you don't want too many self-inflicted wounds, and Clinton just picked up one.
You're absolutely right, Jeff, and that's the risk that you run when you're trying to have a little bit of movement there before the snap, that time trying to shift the offense around a little bit, and one of the offensive linemen there a little bit too antsy, and it's going to cost him.
Second down, and we'll say 11. About 10.5 yards to go. They're going to line up. Again, the quarterback has an unusual stance as he is very low under the center. His name is Harley Tobin. But now they'll run the shotgun, and they're going to pass the ball. Tobin, looking deep downfield, will now throw it short and throw it incomplete. on the sideline. Well, they went to the shotgun formation, looked for a pass downfield, and he found no one open. Tobin does have a good arm.
He does, and we saw it in warm-ups. He's got a lot of zip to that football, and he's able to sneak it into some pretty tight quarters, but right there, excellent coverage by Arkadelphia's secondary, really giving him no options, and that one was forced a little too low. Good pass rush there from junior Max Wilson.
This is not where you want to be with the wing T, so they'll go to the shotgun formation, and they're going to hand it off. Run to the right side, nowhere to go. Maybe a loss on the play. It's 4th and very long. They'll have to punt the ball away.
And on that one, it looked like he tripped up a little bit when he got to the line of scrimmage, and Alex Turley was right there to take him down in the backfield. Good series there from Arkadelphia's defense, and it looks like they're going to force the punt perhaps here.
Ball spotted at the 21-yard line. They're lined up in the shotgun, but one would expect a punt on 4th and about 12. Now they're going to back up and kick the ball. Here's a good snap. Kick is a low line drive shot that will bounce and be returned from the 45 of Arkadelphia. He's up to midfield, up to the 45, 43-yard line. Very nice return for Trip Campbell. I'm sorry, that's Loy on the return. That is 24, not 21. So it's Loy on the return. And a first down for Arkadelphia, chasing great field position.
It is, and as a key play there from Lloyd. I don't blame you for confusing him there for Trip Campbell. We saw Campbell pick up a few of those line drive kicks a few weeks ago, and it looks like Lloyd's been taking some lessons as well, able to advance that line drive kick for a pretty good gain there on the return. And now Arkadelphia already in enemy territory to start out their first drive of the game.
Ball at the 43-yard line, first down and 10. Arkadelphia, as you said, starts on the Clinton side of the field. In motion comes Babb. They're going to hand off. This is Davis. Jay-Sean Davis runs through defenders and keeps running. To the 20, to the 10. First play from scrimmage. Touchdown Arkadelphia. He just ran through the defenders until he hit the open field.
And it was a foot race from there, and Jay-Sean Davis, strong runner, but he's also a very quick runner. He can outrun that secondary, and that's exactly what he did right there. And it looks like we're going to get another look at it right here. You know, sometimes it takes a couple runs for Davis to get going. He didn't waste any time getting going tonight. You just see it once he breaks through that secondary, he is gone.
Spencer Allen on for the extra point attempt. The holder is Alex Loy. 43-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage for Arkadelphia. Here's the hold. The kick is up, and the kick is flagged down. Looks like it's going to be against Arkadelphia. He's going to have to kick it again. As usual, Allen put it through the uprights, but motion penalty on Arkadelphia, and they'll start over and kick a 25-yarder instead of a 20-yard extra point. A little bit of a hitch, but Mr. Allen is consistent, certainly from this distance. He's had a really fine year as a place kicker.
And even just last week, going 7 for 7 on PATs. This Arkadelphia offense has been humming all year long, and Allen's been a very busy man.
Allen is set. Badgers are set. Kick is up, and the kick is perfect. It is. Arkadelphia 7, Clinton 0, 9:21 left in the first quarter. We'll be back after this. Arkadelphia 7 and Clinton 0. We're early in the first quarter, 9:21 left. Game just underway. Arkadelphia scored in one play on its first possession. Clinton had one first down and then had to punt the ball away. This is an important possession. I know, Chase, it's the first quarter. But if Clinton is forced to punt again, they've got to wonder about their chances tonight because Arkadelphia scored so easily on the first play.
Well, you're already facing an uphill battle on the road, and we know that this Arkadelphia offense can score a lot of points. Clinton's got to respond right here.
Again, trouble picking up the kickoff. A better return this time up to the 20-yard line, but tackled at that point. And so it will be 1st down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. I will say that they made a 1st down, and then it was really an offsides penalty or a motion penalty against Clinton that limited their opportunities on their first possession. They wound up having to pass the ball, which didn't work out well at all.
And this is an offense that's going to have to fight for every yard against this talented Badger defense here tonight. The Badgers have faced a lot of run-heavy offenses similar to Clinton's already this year, so they're well prepared for this matchup, and they're looking pretty good so far.
Ball is on the 20-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They're going to be in the shotgun. Interesting. Rolling out, looking deep. He'll fire the ball across the middle and miss his target. Well, he's got a strong arm, but he just missed his target that time. Again, the quarterback is Harley Tobin. He is a junior. Also plays some linebacker, but he's got a strong arm. He just missed his target that time. It's 2nd down and 10. Interesting, they didn't go back to the wing tee on 1st down.
And maybe trying to have a tendency breaker right there, going to the pass on 1st down. And as you mentioned, Jeff, it looked like he might have had a man downfield, but he had to throw it off to the side a little bit because Kobe Buckley was lurking there in the secondary.
Austin Lynch is the receiver on the far sideline. Everybody else is bunched together, and they are going to run it this time. From the wing tee, not much room. Arkadelphia defends it well, and the ball's loose. Arkadelphia has picked it up. Arkadelphia says they've scored, and the officials agree. Touchdown Arkadelphia on the defensive fumble return. Big play by Arkadelphia, number 44. What a nice play by Marvion Berry.
Scoops up the fumbled ball and takes it into the end zone.
Well, this has turned quickly. Arkadelphia up by 2 touchdowns, 1 offensive touchdown and 1 defensive touchdown.
Marvion Berry.
Strong tackle on the run to the right side. That was the undersized running back, Nick Epley, who had the ball. He gained 10 yards on his first carry, but on that carry, he fumbled it away, and Arkadelphia ran it back for a touchdown. Extra point attempt by Allen is up, and that extra point is also good. And so it is Arkadelphia 14, Clinton 0, 8:57 left. We are in the first quarter, and we'll be back after this.
The Board of Directors of South Central Arkansas Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fill a need other internet providers are not able to provide to our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.com or call 855-269-3429.
Arkadelphia 14, Clinton 0. Arkadelphia scored in 1 play on its first possession and just returned a fumble for a touchdown. And so Clinton, a bit shell-shocked, I'm sure. Arkadelphia offense congratulating the defense when they came to the sideline. The defense will be back on the field momentarily as we're about set for another Spencer Allen kickoff, his 3rd of this young evening. The first 2 were fumbled around and had short returns. We'll see if he'll try that bouncing kickoff one more time. It's worked twice already. Line drive, it's going to bounce. It's going to be fielded this time. Return from the 13-yard line up to the 20, 25. There's a breakthrough. Good return all the way to the 40, 42-yard line. Well, here are the Yellow Jackets fighting back and fighting back behind one of their running backs who caught that. That's Jacob Hutto. He is a senior. One doesn't really want this to be his last game. He's fighting back, and you got to hand it to Clinton. They're not going to give up just because they're down by 2 touchdowns. Still the first quarter.
You don't get to the playoffs without having that fighting mentality, and right there for Hutto, he fielded that kick perfectly. They muffed the first couple ones, but Hutto that time did a great recovery, and he was running with a head full of steam. Credit Arkadelphia's special teams unit for being able to bring him down there in the open field.
Okay, you can see it pretty well this time, just how low the quarterback gets in this wing T formation. Here's a run up the middle. There's a tackle by Arkadelphia, but a good gain. The fullback got a little bit of daylight that time and got some yardage up near the 48-yard line.
And that was Alex Turley there, wrapping him up in the open field. Turley has had a solid senior campaign thus far, and he's been flying around the field already here tonight with another big tackle right there.
Ball at the 48-yard line, so that was a nice gain. 2nd down and 4. Basic fullback run on this option offense. On 2nd down, they'll stick with the wing T. They're going to hand it off. To the right side it goes. Not much room this time. Just back to the line of scrimmage. On the carry that time for Clinton. Running to the right side was Zane Widner. He's a 10th grader and had nowhere to go that time. They will give him a gain of a yard. Let me correct myself. To the 49-yard line, 3rd down and 3. Turley makes another tackle, playing linebacker tonight, doing a great job. He's had a big season. On 3rd and 3, key play for the Yellow Jackets. They're going to run it up the middle. That's a 1st down. Contact and a tackle across the 45 of Arkadelphia to the 43-yard line, but a good run up the middle, some good blocking. Yardage after the first hit, Jacob Hutto on the carry.
And Hutto's been running with a head full of steam since the opening kickoff of this drive, and on that one they just give it to him up the middle, and he keeps powering forward until he picks up the 1st down.
Very important possession for the Yellow Jackets, and they have responded so far with a couple of 1st downs. They look to the sideline to get the play. You're not imagining things. The quarterback has extremely long hair, but he can play the game. Here is a handoff coming to the near side, but not much room this time. A good tackle and a gain of only 1. They might give him 2. On the tackle was Kewen.
And we talk about senior leadership all the time with this Arkadelphia Badger squad. Kewen's been one of the leaders up front for the Badgers all season long. Had an excellent performance a week ago, and this time stopping the running back just after a yard was gained.
Quarterback once again, talented guy, Harley, I should say, Tobin. He is a junior. He is under center, and I mean under center. He will fake the handoff and pass. Looking downfield, he wants to throw it deep and is batted away incomplete. Defended extremely well by Braylon Bailey.
And that time, Bailey had that one read from the snap. He was able to jump right in front of the wide receiver to deflect the ball away. Good wherewithal there from the senior, and now forcing a 3rd and long for the Yellow Jackets.
Ran the pattern right at Bailey. Bailey responded and knocked the ball away. So 3rd down 9, passing situation. They're going to line up in the shotgun this time. Tobin has a strong arm. We'll see if he can find a receiver. If Arkadelphia might come up with another turnover. He'll throw it to the flat. It is caught. Run after the catch will not be nearly enough for a 1st down, but this might be 4-down territory. The gain is up past the 40 near the 38-yard line. On the catch for Clinton was their small but quick receiver and running back Nick Epley.
And that time faking the handoff to Hutto, they know that the Arkadelphia's defense is going to be honing in on him, especially with all the momentum that he's had on this drive alone. Instead, they fake it there. They go to the quick screen pass, but Ollie Ware was right there to make the open field tackle and limit the damage to just a few yards.
No doubt they're going to go for it at the Arkadelphia 38-yard line. 4th down and 5. 3 receivers to the right side, top of the screen. 1 to the near side, short side of the field. Tobin wants to pass. He fires it in the flat. There's a catch, and he'll fall for a 1st down. That's a good play. Good pass, a nice catch by Billy Standley, and he was able to fall and make the 1st down. Ran a good pattern, was able to fall forward, hit immediately Chase, but he still got the 1st down.
And good wherewithal to know where he was on the field. Great job there from Clinton of just taking what Arkadelphia's defense gave them. He turns back to the football and is able to come down past that 1st down marker. They did have Hutto there in the backfield to maybe try to throw off.
Wing T formation. They're going to hand it to the fullback right up the middle. He's got some room this time, and he's across the 20 to the 19-yard line. This is a well-rehearsed offense. They've been in the shotgun a few times, but this is the offense they love. Cody Davis on the carry.
1st and 10 down the middle of the field.
Clinton's had a very balanced attack on this drive. They've had some great sets to start out with to try and throw off the defense, which has led to solid gains on most of the plays in this drive, and they just continue to move the chains here.
Clinton still in the wing T. They're going to run it right up the middle. It goes. Better defense this time. They're going to push and pull, but he's going to gain only a couple. They're going to keep trying the middle as long as they can get some yardage, but Arkadelphia responded that time. Gain of, we'll say, 3 on the carry. 2nd and 7.
And maybe on that last play trying to build off the momentum of the previous play, but Arkadelphia is ready for it the 2nd time around.
There is some size on that offensive line for Clinton. Now they're going to run to the right side. This is Epley. He's looking for space and not finding any. In fact, he's going to be dragged down. Boy, that was K.D. Young out there. Epley is small. He runs a 4.6, and K.D. Young ran him down and pulled him out of bounds.
Number 3,
Young, by the way, number 50 on your screen. is a defensive lineman and a big one, but he's got some speed.
And that's something that a lot of this defensive line for Arkadelphia possesses, both size and speed.
So from the 18-yard line, it is second down. Third down, okay. They're wrong on the field. They've got second, but it is third. So it's third down and a running play, and they're going to get some yardage this time. Up inside the 10, he's going to make it to the end zone. Touchdown for Clinton. They have bounced back and scored a touchdown to pull within one score of Arkadelphia. Really fine play running to the near side. It was Zane Widener who scored the touchdown for Clinton. That's an impressive score. I mean, that's a 57-yard drive after losing a fumble and giving up a touchdown to the Arkadelphia offense. Clinton has fought back.
It looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Quarterback stays on the field.
He'll roll to his right, look to the end zone, throws a pass. It is incomplete. Incomplete and no good. So 6 for Clinton, 14 for Arkadelphia, 3:31 left, first quarter. And we'll be back with more Badger football after this.
R&T Dixon's Exxon stores are proud supporters of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Locally owned and operated by Randy and Tanya Dixon, we welcome you to visit any of our 3 convenient locations in Arkadelphia and Caddo Valley. Fill up your tank and get your snacks in our stores located at each I-30 exit and also near downtown by Washita and Henderson. Visit Dixon's Family Store at 3036 Pine Street or Tiger Mart on North 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or visit Dixon's Valley Exxon at 144 Valley Street in Caddo Valley today. R&T Dixon's Exxon stores say, "Go Badgers!"
Arkadelphia will send Latonio Hughes deep to receive this kickoff along with Braylon Bailey. They would love it if either one of those young men have a chance to return the kick. We might see a short kick instead. In fact, the onside kick has kind of been in vogue right now in high school football. We might see that. They were rehearsing it in pregame. Arkadelphia is lined up in a position to defend it if they do go for the onside kick. Might not be a bad idea if you're Clinton. Arkadelphia has run one offensive play tonight, and it was a touchdown. It's an onside kick. Arkadelphia fights for the ball, but is picked up by the Yellow Jackets. Beautiful job, straight ahead of the kicker. Not as many defenders there, and diving and coming up with a young man that scored the touchdown moments ago, only a 10th grader, Zane Widener.
And that one, just an onside kick executed to perfection. It was just a slow dribbler, managed to get past the first man there for the Badgers, and Widener had his eyes on it right from the time it left the tee. And give credit to this young man. He's been playing very well over these last couple of plays. First picking up the first score of the game for the Yellow Jackets, and now perhaps setting them up for another one right here as they're in good field position to start out this drive.
At the Arkadelphia 44-yard line, first down and 10. Fumbled snap, but quarterback runs straight ahead, and a whistle blows. I believe they call that one dead because it's going to go against Clinton. Oh, he had a knee down as he picked it up, we're hearing now. So it's second down. Let's see if they change the box this time. It was a third down play, although the box said second when the touchdown was scored by Clinton. Now they still have first down, and they move the ball back to the 45, so it's got to be second down here. And 11. Now they fix it. Second and 11. Run to the right side. A little bit of yardage, but not much. Well defended. Third down and long coming. On the carry that time is first of the night. Spencer Bannister, an 11th grader.
There was a little bit of an opening there created by Clinton's offensive line, but right there to meet him was Arkadelphia's defense. They were able to swarm to the ball very quickly on that play.
Third down now in between 7 and 8 yards. Closer to 8, I'd say. Arkadelphia lines up defensively. They're going to have a double handoff and a run to the near side and some yardage. A good run and slung out of bounds, but with, I think, first down yardage. We'll see where they spot it. Let's see where they spot this. It's going to be close, but I think he might have had it. They'll spot it right at the 34-yard line. They will not have to measure. That's a first down. A good run, another third down conversion. That time on the double handoff, first time they've run it tonight.
And we saw them practicing it in warm-ups before this one started. Had a few mishaps on a couple of those, but that time it was executed to perfection as they give it back to the the man with the hot hand right now, Widener, and he keeps him moving forward.
On first down, fullback right up the middle, and he just has nowhere to go. Arkadelphia pushes him back into the backfield, but they'll give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage.
It's been tough sledding up the middle thus far for Clinton. They've had a lot more success on runs to the outside, so we'll see if the Yellow Jackets tend to go there more as this game continues along, but Arkadelphia is doing a great job of closing up the middle right now.
The official, by the way, on the near sideline, you can see him as you look in your picture here. On the near sideline, that official is James Rouse, the former Arkansas Razorback running back from the mid-1980s. Looks like he could still pick up the ball and run for a touchdown. On second down, a pass across the middle, beautiful pass, and a big gain to the 15, to the 10, inside the 10 and out of bounds at the 7-yard line, but a nice pass and a good run after the catch by Epley.
And that's where that extra bit of zip on those line drive passes comes into play that time. Tobin was able to put a little extra mustard on that one as it got to his wide receiver, and he was able to haul it in stride and ends up getting really good yardage there, but kudos to Arkadelphia's secondary, able to react quickly on that one. And that tackle right there saved a touchdown for sure.
First down and goal at the Badgers' 7-yard line. Tobin takes it, hands it to the fullback. He's hit and will be knocked backwards. He got another, maybe a yard before he was hit and knocked backwards. Good play by the linebackers. Turley was in there. Kewen was in there. They are going to give him, ooh, that's a good spot, to the 5-yard line. So he picked up 2. Second down and goal. Good spot for the Yellow Jackets, I should say. From the 5-yard line on second down and goal. They'll continue to line up in the wing T. Quarterback will hand off, but hit immediately. He will not make it back to the 5-yard line. That's Bannister on the carry. And a big, big tackle for Arkadelphia. I mean, getting in the backfield immediately was Arkadelphia lineman Max Wilson.
And Wilson is another one of the rising stars we've seen from Arkadelphia throughout this 2021 campaign. That time he makes an excellent read from the snap, was able to get off his blocks quickly and take down the ball carrier in the backfield. So now it'll be interesting to see what the Yellow Jackets come up with here on 3rd and goal.
3rd down and goal. Ball at the Arkadelphia 6-yard line, just outside the 5, we'll say. And they are going to pass the ball. Looking for a man in the end zone. He'll throw it short, and it is incomplete. Epley tried to run before he had it and dropped the ball, but I don't think he would have gotten very far catching it at the 5-yard line. It's 4th down and goal.
And Epley really the only open man on that play for Tobin. He was open in the flats, but then trying to extend the play, goes up to make the catch and can't come down with it as he tries to take it in stride.
And we're going to put the ball clearly at the 6 now. So it's 4th down and goal from the 6. This is a huge play. 15 seconds remain in the first quarter, and the offense for Arkadelphia has only had the ball for 1 play. Badgers scored a touchdown on that play, but otherwise the Yellow Jackets have had the ball. Pass across the middle and a beautiful catch. And that is a touchdown. Another big play conversion, this time on 4th down. And Dawson Burgess, a big, tall 10th grader, reached up and caught the very nice pass, and it's a touchdown. They'll go for 2 to try to tie the game. Really impressive comeback by Clinton after Arkadelphia just jumped all over them in the early moments of the game. Wing T formation going for 2. Tobin wants to pass again. He looks to the end zone. He throws it, and it is good. He caught it. Beautiful catch in the corner of the end zone, and that is a 2-point conversion that has tied this game with 10 seconds left in the first quarter. What an amazing first quarter. We'll talk about it when we come back. This game is tied at 14. We'll be back after this.
Roadrunner is fueling good 1 gallon at a time, including for our very own Arkadelphia Badgers. When you fill up at Roadrunner's designated spirit pump on Pine Street at I-30, 3 cents of every gallon will go straight back to our school. This fall, Roadrunner is giving us the option to fill our tanks and our cups with a free fountain drink when we show our spirit pump receipt. In just 2 years, Roadrunner has donated more than $75,000 to local schools through this community-based initiative. We can't drop the ball now. This football season, let's head to Roadrunner to support our Badgers. Follow Roadrunner Stores on Facebook or visit roadrunnerstores.com for more information.
Well, if you saw a flag in the corner of the end zone, we saw it too, but it was against Arkadelphia, so that 2-point conversion did count. It was defensive holding. And so with that 2-point conversion, It is a tie game at 14. Not what we expected when Arkadelphia jumped out quickly to a 14-0 lead, but Arkadelphia has not had the ball since then. A nice touchdown drive by the Yellow Jackets, an onside kick, and another touchdown drive by the Yellow Jackets, and they put 14 on the board quickly. So with only 10 seconds left in the first quarter, suddenly it's a tie game at 14 as that two-point conversion was good. Arkadelphia might just see onside kicks every time there is a kickoff by the Yellow Jackets tonight. They've got to be encouraged to try it again after it worked the first time. They're going to kick off from the 50 because of the penalty against Arkadelphia. I would expect an onside kick. I don't think they want Arkadelphia to have the football on offense tonight. It is an onside kick. It is going to roll to the Badgers, and the Badgers going to fall on it. So the Badger offense is going to make an appearance. Ball at the 40-yard line where it was recovered by Alex Loy.
And we've seen Loy's hands in action all season long. A lot of times it's hauling in catches from Donovan Witten downfield, including an excellent play. One of 3 touchdowns a week ago against Malvern, but Loy also been a key part of this special teams unit for Arkadelphia. He's recovered a few on the kicking team side of things, and on that time, for Arkadelphia's receiving team on special teams, he was able to recover it.
Donovan Witten will hand it to Davis. Davis attacks the line, breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle. He's got a first down and more. There are 4 Yellow Jackets being carried down the field, and he's going to make it all the way to the Clinton 43-yard line. And that is the end of the first quarter. It's a tie game, 14-14. First 14 scored by Arkadelphia, then 14 by Clinton. We'll be back with second quarter action after this.
Roadrunner is fueling good 1 gallon at a time, including for our very own Arkadelphia Badgers. When you fill up at Roadrunner's designated spirit pump on Pine Street at I-30, 3 cents of every gallon will go straight back to our school. This fall, Roadrunner is giving us the option to fill our tanks and our cups with a free fountain drink when we show our Spirit Pump receipt. In just 2 years, Roadrunner has donated more than $75,000 to local schools through this community-based initiative. We can't drop the ball now. This football season, let's head to Roadrunner to support our Badgers. Follow Roadrunner Stores on Facebook or visit roadrunnerstores.com for more information.
Arkadelphia with the first possession of the second quarter, and it's looking like Jay-Sean Davis might have a big night.
Well, if there were any doubts that Davis was rolling after that first touchdown run, that one surely dissuaded any doubters on that last play. Davis continuing to carry several Yellow Jacket defenders as he picked up a huge Welch Funeral Home first down for Arkadelphia.
He got 13 yards, and all of it was contested. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, but dragged Yellow Jackets for 13 yards. First down and 10 Badgers at the 42-yard line of Clinton. Yellow Jackets do have some size on the defensive line, but Arkadelphia looking strong right now. They're going to blitz the quarterback. Donovan Witten wants to run. Now he's going to be hit from behind and pulled down. He fumbled the football away, but Arkadelphia did recover. Going to be a loss on the play. This is the defense we would expect to see from Clinton. Witten has been so effective in recent weeks. You expect them to just run some people at the quarterback and try to come up with a big play.
And that's exactly what they did, trying to get the pressure applied early. And Witten, he's very resourceful. He usually finds a way to get the ball away, but that time the flurry of that blitz from the Yellow Jackets, or should I say a swarm from the Yellow Jackets on that one, really gave him few options.
Loss of 2. They pitch it to Bailey. Bailey looking for space, will not find any, and he will just get back to the line of scrimmage. So it's third down and 12 now.
And Clinton has to know that once Bailey gets into open space, he is very deadly for this Arkadelphia offense. We saw it several times last week, even against Malvern, where he got into space and was able to pick up 10, 20 extra yards past the line of scrimmage once he got into the open field. That time, the Yellow Jackets were able to adapt quickly and bring him down close to the original line of scrimmage.
Witten has his running back Davis behind him, and he's going to fake it to Davis and throw the ball. Looking deep, he fires it to an open receiver, and it's just off of his fingertips. Tried to get it to Loy, and it would have been a touchdown, but he couldn't quite reach the ball, so it's fourth down and 12. Beautiful play, almost a touchdown.
And that one looked like it was just past Loy's grasp on that one. He was trying to take it in stride so he could pick up the 6 points for Arkadelphia, but that one, as you mentioned, Jeff, just off the top of his fingertips on that one, and that's fourth down.
4th down and 12. Whitten looks to the sideline. One would expect Arkadelphia to go for it here. On 4th and 12 at the 44-yard line of Clinton. Back to pass, under pressure. He'll fire the ball. He'll throw a completed pass, but going down short of the first down is his receiver. I believe that was Hughes on the catch, but he slipped as he tried to make a cut, and Clinton will take over. Nice pass, nice catch, but he slipped. Would have had some yardage without the slip, but it's short of the first down at the 35-yard line of Clinton. And the Yellow Jacket offense, which has been highly effective on the last 2 drives, is back out on the field.
They'll definitely be looking to build off the momentum they built up after those last 8 minutes of the first quarter. They were trailing early by 2 scores, were able to knot it back up pretty quickly, and they'll look to perhaps even take the lead with a score on this drive.
Wing T formation, fullback up the middle. He's got some room. Arkadelphia trying to figure out who's got the ball at times tonight, and that's a run of about 5, maybe 6 yards. They'll give him 6 to the 41-yard line. The quick handoff to the fullback has been effective at times.
And with all the misdirections we've seen from Clinton thus far, it's really hard to keep your eye on the ball as a defender on that play. Clinton able to get a few extra yards from the misdirection.
Change the formation. Strong to the left side. They'll run to the left side. Good blocking over there. And with a first down and more up to the 50 and out of bounds. That's the quick running back Epley on the carry. When they overloaded the far side, short side of the field, they ran in that direction, and he was able to squirt down the sideline and make big yardage up to the Arkadelphia 47-yard line, and the Yellow Jackets are on the move again.
1st and 10, Clinton.
Clinton with the football in the wing T. They're going to hand it, double handoff. Yardage for Widener. He's got big yardage to the 30, to the 20 of Arkadelphia. He'll make it all the way inside the 10, brought down at the 2. He fumbled the ball, but I think he was down when the ball got loose. So they'll mark it at the 2. The double handoff works again. Clinton has a chance to take the lead here in the second quarter. The defense struggling at times to know who has the ball, especially when there's a double handoff. From the 2-yard line, Tobin, the quarterback, will run a quarterback keeper. He falls forward, but he's not in the end zone. He'll gain 1 to the 1-yard line. It's 2nd down and goal.
Quarterback keeps the football. That's Harley Tobin.
And with the tight quarters here down near the goal line, could go either way for Clinton. We've talked about the misdirections that have been so effective, those double handoffs that have led to some huge gains. Maybe not enough space to try and fool the defense down close, but at the same time, too, it's very hard to keep an eye on which ball carrier has it. And by the time you realize it, one may even be in the end zone.
And a quarterback keeper, and I think he's short again. Now a flag goes down because they were in motion, no doubt about it. Illegal shift, and they're going to move him back by 5. That's a big, big penalty. Tobin wanted a quick handoff, but his halfback wasn't set. Waiting for the mark off. It should be a 5-yarder to the 6-yard line. And it will be 2nd down again, but they've got a little bit more ground to cover. We might see something other than a quarterback sneak this time. Don't think that play would have been a touchdown anyway, but instead of 3rd and a half a yard, they're going to make it 2nd and 6 for the touchdown. Tobin to the line of scrimmage. 2 running backs next to him, or behind him. In the wing T, they're going to double handoff again. Here's Widener. He breaks 1 tackle, breaks another, and he's in the end zone. Widener is a really good player. He played as a 9th grader on the varsity, and now as a sophomore, he looks like one of the better players for Clinton, and the Yellow Jackets have just taken the lead here in the second quarter. Arkadelphia scored the first 14. After that, the Yellow Jackets have had 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
And how about the performance we've seen from Widener thus far tonight? When they were down by 2 scores, he wasn't phased. He was running with a head full of steam on that kickoff, and that steam really hasn't worn off. He's continued to run the ball hard these last couple drives, and it's paid off big time for Clinton.
Tobin is rolling to his right, looking for a pass play. He'll throw the ball. It's incomplete. So that two-point conversion did not work, and it is Clinton 20, Arkadelphia 14, 8:54 left. We're in the second quarter, and the Badger offense will have the ball back when we come back with more Badger football after this.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here in the second quarter, Arkadelphia has run only 6 offensive plays. Now, the first one was a 43-yard touchdown run by Davis. He ran for a first down on the second play from scrimmage, but since then, 4 plays, and they failed to make a first down. And so the Badgers will get the ball back, but trailing for the first time tonight at 22-14. Clinton has jumped out in front behind the wing T, and especially that double handoff. And when we say double handoff, we mean that they hand off to a running back running in one direction. He hands it to another running back running in a different direction, and the linebackers just have to figure out who has the ball. Onside kick, Arkadelphia will recover, and coming up with the ball is Trip Campbell. Really nice recovery. He didn't wait for it to go 10 yards. He just went out and got the ball.
And sometimes that's what you got to do. Campbell saw the ball right in front of him. He's able to jump up and make the play for Arkadelphia. Key recovery there for the Badgers as they look to try and take the lead back right here.
Arkadelphia lines up offensively. Ball at the 46-yard line of Clinton. So the Badgers have great field position. Clinton has kicked off after their touchdowns and the opening, well, not the opening kickoff, but after their 3 touchdowns, each one has been an onside kick. Here is a running play. This is Davis. Davis is hit at the line of scrimmage. They hit him low this time. They're going to be able to stop him with a gain of only 1. So that's a good job by Clinton. Fans from Clinton were a little late in arriving. There was a lot of traffic that held up the team, may have held up some of the fans, but they've got a good contingent on the visiting side. Of course, a big Arkadelphia crowd here on the home side. Gain of a couple, and so it's second down and 8 yards to go. Witten at quarterback, looks over the defense. Now he'll look to the sideline and get the play.
There's a flag before the
and a flag went down, so let's see what that call is going to be. Going to be a false start against Arkadelphia. So they're back up the Badgers by 5, and Arkadelphia will make it a little bit harder on itself. From the 49-yard line of Clinton, Badgers line up offensively again. Going to send Hughes to the top of your screen as a wide receiver. Bailey and Trip Campbell to the bottom of your screen. And, of course, Davis is in the backfield with his quarterback, Donovan Witten. Witten is going to hand it to Davis. Davis looks for a hole. He will break. He got the yardage back they lost on the penalty and not much more. So third down coming and long. Third down and 8 yards to go. Badgers can clearly make 8 yards in any given play. Certainly it's 4-down territory as well. They completed a pass on 3rd and long on the last possession, but it wasn't far enough for a first down. Witten now backs up. Will throw to the far side, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands is his intended receiver over there. It's his Lloyd tried to come up with it. He slipped, and the ball came out of his hands. Would have been enough for a first down.
And kudos there to Austin Lynch, the senior for Clinton, who was in coverage that time, was able to jump over to where Lloyd was quickly and ensure that Lloyd didn't secure the football, forcing this 4th down now for the Badgers. And it looks like they're going to go for it here as they are in enemy territory.
4th down and 8. They have enjoyed rushing the passer. Let's see what the linebackers do this time. Well, they've got one coming, but he's picked up. Now Witten's got some room, and he's going to run. Donovan Witten will make a first down up to the 35, runs over 2 more Yellow Jackets, and he'll go to the 26-yard line. First down.
And Witten fired up after that run right there, and for good reason. We know that he's not afraid of contact, and he does what he's done so many times already for Arkadelphia, even just last week against Malvern, able to get out of the pocket as it was collapsing on 4th down and pick up the first with his legs.
He's going to pass it. He'll throw the ball just out of the hands of Trip Campbell. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Yeah, I think he could have made the first down And he could have gone into that quarterback slide, but he's not interested in sliding. He wants to make extra yardage and punish the defense a bit. I mean, he's a 220-pound quarterback, and he runs well. So first down, Arkadelphia turns into 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Whitten takes the snap, backed pass. He wants to look long. He throws it long. He's got Davis, but it's dropped. Incomplete. Hardly ever happens. Incomplete at the goal line.
Pass is incomplete. It was intended for Jay-Sean Davis.
And we know that Davis has good hands that time. He's running the wheel route to the outside, and he almost comes up with the 6 points, but on that one it's going to fall to the ground.
Davis, number 24.
Yeah, we've seen some drops tonight that we don't normally see from Arkadelphia. Davis back in the backfield. Might see him run it, even though it's 3rd down and 10. He's had success running the ball as usual. On 3rd down and 10, they are going to run it. Here's Davis. He's got some room. He's going to have a 1st down and more. To the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Jay-Sean Davis and Arkadelphia.
Davis not letting that last play get to him too much that time. He takes matters into his own hands on 3rd and long with the run to the outside. Excellent blocks up front, creating space for Davis, and he breaks into the open field, able to outrun Clinton's secondary. And now potential for Arkadelphia to take back the lead that they lost a few minutes ago with a PAT here from Spencer Allen.
Spencer Allen has been perfect as usual so far tonight. Kick is up, and the kick is good again. Arkadelphia 21, Clinton 20. 7:04 left in the 2nd quarter, and Arkadelphia reestablishes the lead. We'll see if the defense can keep that Arkadelphia momentum going. We'll be back after this.
Price & Company Insurance is the area's only trusted choice independent insurance agency. What is that, you might ask? An independent insurance agency works for you, the customer, and not the insurance companies. So the next time you're shopping for home, auto, business, life, or health insurance, we invite you to experience an unprecedented level of customer service and expertise. Call or click for a quote today.
Our 2nd quarter sponsor is Turner, Rogers, Manning, and Plyler. And in this 2nd quarter, Arkadelphia has lost the lead and then regained it after a Welch Funeral Home 1st down run by quarterback Donovan Whitten. Then he handed off a couple of plays later to Jay-Sean Davis, who ran for a touchdown. The extra point by Allen Good. That kicking is so important because it gives Arkadelphia a 1-point lead at 21-20. 7:04 left. We're in the 2nd quarter, and Allen tees it up.
What a start it's been for Jay-Sean Davis here tonight. Hasn't seen too many touches, but already 3 carries of 10 yards or more, and 2 of those going for scores.
So it could be Allen kicking off, but then again, there are 2 kickers out there, so let's see what's going to happen. It is going to be Allen. He'll kick it deep. That ball is going to be returnable from the 13, bounces away, and then a little trick play. Widener on the return, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. This guy's a really fine player. He's going to be out to the 45-yard line and out of bounds. Ran a trick play just to once again try to confuse the Badgers about who had the football. And the talented sophomore Widener got good yardage down the far sideline to the 47-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
And with a bobbled kickoff, the results for Clinton there could have been disastrous, but they recover very quickly and run their trick play as planned. And Widener, a guy who's gotten the ball plenty of times tonight, but that Arkadelphia's had a tough time stopping up to this point. He breaks into the open field, is able to pick up some really good yardage on the return, and now Clinton already knocking on the door of Badger territory.
They're going to run it right up the middle, and not much room this time. Well defended by Arkadelphia, gain of maybe 2. 2nd down and 8 coming as they'll move the ball to the 49-yard line. Yellow Jackets are nearing midfield.
Number 5, Landon Kewen leads the defense for the Badgers. Gain of 2 brings up 2nd down and 8 now.
To the line of scrimmage comes the talented quarterback. He's done a good job tonight. That is Harley Tobin, only a 11th grader. He's got another year of high school football. Coming to the right side, not a lot of room, but a quick running back in traffic will get a few yards up to the 48-yard line of Arkadelphia. But it will be 3rd down and 5.
Nick Epley carries the football. He's stopped by number 50, Caden Young, along with number 20.
Clinton's had a couple of solid runs on this drive, but they haven't been for many yards, haven't been able to get ahead of the sticks quite yet. Arkadelphia's defense holding strong here.
3rd down and 5.
Tobin is the quarterback this time in the shotgun. He has a strong arm, has thrown some good passes tonight. On 3rd down and 5, he is going to fake the handoff, play action pass. He rolls to his left. He wants to throw. Now he's under some pressure. Arkadelphia still looking for him. Flags go down. He throws a completion. It's a gain up to the 41-yard line, but a flag is down. I think this will be against Clinton. From where the spot of the foul is, you almost expect a holding here. We'll see. Or because of the movement of the quarterback, we might have seen a blindside block. That's a possibility as well, but it's going to be a blocking penalty, we believe. The tackle was at the 41. Without the penalty, it'd be enough for a 1st down, but I think the penalty was a key in getting him so much time to throw. They're going to spot it as a penalty against Clinton, as we said, and suddenly it will be long yardage. They're going to mark it all the way back to the 37-yard line.
Costly penalty for the Yellow Jackets, who had an early penalty on their first drive of the game that drove them back. And now this time they're facing 3rd and long once again. On that last play, Tobin did have quite a bit of protection, quite a bit of time to throw, but had no options downfield, and that forced that blindside block.
3rd down and 20. Tobin wants to pass. He's going to fire it deep and fire it over the head of his intended receiver, who was well covered by Hughes. And so it's 4th down and 20.
Excellent coverage there from Hughes, something we've seen from him all year long. And that one well over the head of the intended receiver for Clinton. That's going to bring up 4th and long for the Yellow Jackets, and presumably they'll punt here.
Brody Emberton was the intended receiver, but Hughes is a really fine quarterback and very hard to outrun. So probably good news for Clinton that it wasn't on target, or it might have been intercepted. Instead, we're going to see a punt on 4th and 20. Clinton puts a foot into it, and Arkadelphia will have a chance to return it. This is Loy. He'll take the ball to his own 21-yard line, already up to the 30, 35, 40-yard line. This is a nice return to the 45 and a hit out of bounds. That's another 15. Got to hope that Loy is okay. He was hit as he stepped out of bounds, and he'll take just a minute to get up, but that's going to push the ball over midfield. Really good punt return of 25 yards, and then another 15 on the late hit.
Against the Clinton Yellow Jackets. On that play, Alex Loy received the kick, the punt.
And that time, Loy just trying to get outside, but that late hit from Clinton, which could prove to be a very costly mistake for the Yellow Jackets, gives Arkadelphia a few extra yards, but Loy looking very shaken up after that last play.
They're going to spot the ball all the way to the 38-yard line. Only standing at the 38. I was thinking it might turn out to be the 37. Let's see where they actually put the ball down. Loy's getting a little attention on the far side there, but he is up and alert. And they are going to spot it at the 38. So Arkadelphia starts this possession at the 38-yard line of Clinton, trying to increase its 1-point lead here in the second quarter. 5:08 left, plenty of time. Davis has a split receiver. Everybody else up close. They're going to pitch it to Bailey, and Bailey is looking for room. He'll find some room on the outside. He's got 5, he's got 10, and he's got more. They'll knock him out of bounds finally inside the 20.
Well, we talked about the importance of taking down Bailey in the backfield earlier when they were able to do so in a previous drive, but on that play, Bailey gets the space that we've seen him get several times throughout the year, and he does what he has done so many times, and that is get into the open space and extend the play with that excellent speed and field vision.
Ball at the 18-yard line. Witten will run it himself, and he'll make positive yardage inside the 15. That was a high snap. I think he intended to hand it off, Chase, but with the high snap, it threw off the timing, so he just ran and got good yardage.
And Witten's got excellent composure out there. It's hard to believe that it's still just his first season as starting quarterback, that time able to roll with the punches, and he made it almost look like a design play as he falls forward.
Second and
5
5, and rolling to his left is Witten. He will run and make a yard or two. His receiver in the end zone was covered up, so he ran with the ball, got a little bit of yardage. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line.
Third down and 4 now for
All right, key play on third down. Badgers would rather not go to another fourth. Davis is the running back. Linebacker Widener is showing a blitz here. Almost jumped off sides. Now he's going to back up. Arkadelphia changes the formation a bit. 4 receivers, as usual, to the right, 2 to the left. Looking in the end zone. Here's a pass to the back of the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. Wide open. On the catch, Trip Campbell. Touchdown, Badgers. They've extended the lead.
That time, Braylon Bailey drawing the attention off the secondary allowed Trip Campbell to get into the open field for the catch, and he was right there in the corner. Witten throwing it right to him for the uncontested pass, and you could tell from the disbelief of Brody Emberton, that junior from Clinton right there. That was an excellent play, and it looks like we have a penalty prior to the kick.
Yeah, going to be an offside penalty. He made the kick, but they'd already blown the whistle. They're going to mark it against the defense. Yeah, they've blown the whistle, even though that's against the defense, so I think he's going to have to kick again, even though he made that kick. And mark it off. And now Arkadelphia will go for 2 because the ball is just outside the 1-yard line. Half the distance. Arkadelphia will go for 2. Davis is in the game. I don't bet, but I would not bet against Davis carrying the ball when you need 1.5 yards. Although it might be Witten, 220-pound quarterback. He's going to line up under center.
They're going to line up in power formation here. So it looks like it's going to go to Davis.
It goes to Davis. He sprints to the left side, and he is in. Easy 2-point conversion for Arkadelphia, and that'll stretch the lead out to 29-20. That's important because that's a 2-possession lead.
It is, Jeff, and got to love the play call there from Coach Shucker. The Badgers line up in power formation, and Clinton probably betting there that they were going to just give the direct handoff up the middle to Davis. The ball does go to Davis, but it's actually in a pitch to the outside. And Davis, we talk about that strength up front, but how about the speed getting around the corner there and picking up the 2 points for Arkadelphia? Huge score, as now it's going to take more than just a touchdown and a 2-point conversion from Clinton to get back into this and tie it up.
Very important possession coming for Clinton now to see if they can bounce back again. They bounced back in the first quarter. We'll see if they can do it in the second. We'll keep it right here as we're just about ready for the kickoff. Of course, Arkadelphia could go for the onside kick. They've certainly done it before. They have not only Allen out there as a kicker, but also Brock Curry, and it's going to be Curry that will tee it up.
Taking the ball up for the Badgers is
Brock Curry tees it up 40-yard line. Will Arkadelphia go for the onside kick or bounce it down the field again? It was a long kickoff last time, but I got a good return on a trick return with a double handoff on the kickoff return. And this is another long kickoff, returnable by Epley at the 15-yard line. He'll sprint upfield, be hit, and dragged down. He's not a very heavy runner, and that time he was grabbed by the shoulder and slung down at the 22-yard line.
That was Latonio Hughes there in special teams coverage for the Badgers. He was able to make the good tackle there, dragging down the ball carrier for Clinton. We've talked about his secondary coverage throughout this contest, but how about his special teams coverage on that play? He's been excellent in that regard this season as well.
To the line of scrimmage come the Yellow Jackets. Arkadelphia leading 29-20, 3:44 left before halftime. Been an entertaining and sometimes surprising game. Double handoff again. Well, why not? Widener gets around the edge and is going to get some yardage, but not very much this time. They held him up a little bit, and he couldn't beat the Badgers to the sideline. Well defended that time. First time they've really defended that double handoff really well. Flag down, though, on the far side, so let's see what the flag might be.
Max Wilson.
We are waiting for the official to give the account, and unfortunately for the Badgers, it is a face mask penalty. Wow, even when Widener doesn't get yardage, he helps his team. Ball's going to be spotted at the 27-yard line. So a 5-yard penalty, and it will make it 1st down and 5. They'll get the down over, 1st down and 5. And instead of the wing T, they go to the shotgun formation. He'll throw a pass. It's high. It's incomplete. Intended for his extraordinarily tall receiver. Oh, a flag goes down late. Oh, my. A flag went down late. We'll see in a moment what that is. Brody Emberton is 6'1". He went up high but couldn't pull it down. After the play, a flag went down.
Defending for the Badgers.
Going to be a call against Arkadelphia and a major penalty. So Arkadelphia is going to have to overcome some missteps here. The crowd does not like that. Might be able to hear their opinion in the background.
An interesting call there because that is a celebration that Arkadelphia, not a huge celebration there from Arkadelphia, but it's one that they've done throughout the season. And no officiating crew has had a problem with it up to this point, but official not taking to it kindly here, and it's going to cost the Badgers.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was something happening down there that we could not determine from here. But it is going to go to the benefit of the Yellow Jackets. They'll shift the formation, strong side to the left, short side of the field this time, and down on first down, they're going to hand it to that side. Good blocking and nice yardage by Epley. He's got a load of steam, but Badger's going to pull him down with a gain of about 6, maybe 7, depending on the spot. Good run by Epley. Now a flag goes down at the end of this play.
And another one right there. I don't know if it's going to be the same call, or if it was a penalty on both teams there.
It was a dead ball foul once again. Let's see what it's going to be. Huge group of players, Yellow Jackets and Badgers. Not sure what happened, but 2 flags went down. The ball's marked at the 48. Now the officials are still talking about what to do. Ball at the 48-yard line. The officials are having a long conversation. They're not talking to the coaches yet, but 3 of the officials are together having a conversation. 2 flags down. It all happened at the end of the play. And I guess we're getting 3 different interpretations. They're deciding what to do. It's a long conversation. Here's the call. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Arkadelphia. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Clinton. So they're not going to mark off anything. All of that was a dead ball foul. It's second down. Timeout has been called by Arkadelphia. This is a good timeout. Arkadelphia would like to have a chance to talk to the officials about that play and also have a chance to kind of gather that defense and gather some composure down there as well. Clinton needs to do the same thing. 2:45 left, second quarter. It is Arkadelphia 29 and Clinton 20. We'll be back after this.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia.
Long conversation on the field. Both coaches, I'm sure, want to get their emotions of the players under control. Obviously, both teams working really hard tonight, and it is a good close game. 29-20, Arkadelphia leading, 2:45 left before halftime. But flags went down for unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of the last 2 plays. They marked one off against Arkadelphia, and on the last play, it went against both teams. So they didn't move the ball. It's still at the 48-yard line, and it's second down and 4. The officials have had their conversations, and we're back to action. They'll line up, power side to the left again, and they'll hand off going to the left. There is some yardage. He might fall forward close to that first down. Arkadelphia defended it well, but a good effort at the end of the run. I think he might be slightly short. Just depends on the spot. Just a little bit short, so it's third down coming. On the carry that time for Clinton was one of their veteran runners, a senior, Cody Davis.
So it is third down and a yard now for the Yellow Jackets.
We might see Coben Tobin keep it? We do. Quarterback sneak, and he's going to have the first down, I believe, if this spot is where we expect it. Got some forward progress on the quarterback sneak. Tobin is a talented quarterback. He runs this offense. He can throw the ball well, and at 6 feet tall, he's able to fall forward and make that first down. Ball at the Arkadelphia 47-yard line. Yellow Jackets trying to score before halftime. 1:59 left. Shotgun formation. Tobin wants to throw the ball, it would appear. He will instead double handoff. Here they come again. Arkadelphia tries to defend it, but Widener breaks a tackle and gets some yardage down the sideline. The Badgers appear to be reading that play better now, but Widener's just tough to tackle.
And the sophomore has just been having strong runs throughout the night. He's had that momentum going since really the opening kickoff of this contest. Just such a strong runner with a head full of steam every time he goes out there on the field. And that time it was pretty good coverage from Arkadelphia.
And the officials have stopped the clock. Let's see. They want to reset it. Yeah, I think they said the clock should have stopped because he was perhaps knocked out of bounds, so they might be resetting at 1:27 is what it shows right now. Ball at the 42 of Arkadelphia. That was a gain of 5. Second down. They're waiting on the play clock to reset, I think, as well. It's still on 0. Now they get it moving, but Yellow Jackets going to line up and run quickly anyway. Second down, 5 yards to go. Wing T formation this time. Tobin at quarterback. Has a man in motion. He is going to pass. Back to pass. He'll fire it short. It is complete. Nice move. Some yardage, but not much at all. As Arkadelphia pursued well and got a couple of big hits from linemen who were not just waiting at the line of scrimmage, but running toward the receiver. He faked and went back to the middle of the field and paid the cost at the 42-yard line. So no gain on the completed pass. They'll stop the clock with a timeout. 1:30 left before halftime. Arkadelphia leads it by 9. The Yellow Jackets have a 3rd down and 5. We'll keep it right here, Chase, just simply to say that Arkadelphia got a nice 14-0 lead, then fell behind, regained the lead. Now they lead by 9, and the Badgers would dearly love to keep it at 9 here by halftime.
And the momentum swings have been going back and forth really since the opening kickoff of this one. It looked like the Badgers were in the driver's seat to start out this contest, but by the end of the first quarter, it was anyone's ball game. And then Clinton, even earlier in this quarter, it looked like they were starting to take over the wheel, but then Arkadelphia taking it right back with a score of their own, and then that crucial 2-point conversion due to the penalty on the part of Clinton on that PAT. Clinton here, you got to be looking for the score as you're going into the locker room. Arkadelphia does receive the opening kickoff of the second half. They do not want to give the Badgers the chance to be up by 2 full scores as they already are, and perhaps even 3 full scores with that first possession of the second half.
3rd down, 5 yards to go. Tobin will hand off. They'll fake the double handoff and now run the ball down the sideline and get some yardage. Inside the 35, a first down. That'll stop the clock as he went out of bounds. 1:23 left, and it's a first down at the Arkadelphia 32-yard line. Really nice. They faked the double handoff that time, and Epley had some room on the near side.
Well, it seemed like a few Badgers made the right read on that play, but Cody Davis was able to shake off the contact and keep running forward. And great run upfield there for the senior as he picks up a crucial first down for the Yellow Jackets as they look to draw within 1 here in the closing minute and a half of the first half.
They are going to fake a handoff, throw it out to Epley. Epley looking for space. He's inside the 30, and he'll be dragged down. Hit hard, in fact, but he'll hold on to the football. And timeout has not been called. Still clock running. Now they're going to call the timeout. 1:09 left. And the ball is at the 28-yard line of Arkadelphia. That was a gain, but not the big play that the Yellow Jackets were hoping for. Still 1:09 left. And the Yellow Jackets have used, I believe, their last timeout. So, no, maybe 1 left. 1 timeout left. So we'll keep it right here, Chase, and just talk about the fact that Tobin has a strong arm. He can probably reach the end zone from here, but they'll continue to run their offense, and they've been really able to run equally well from the shotgun or the wing T.
And that's something that Arkadelphia hasn't seen from those offenses that run the wing throughout the season. Usually teams stick to that wing and just that, but that's the difference with Clinton is that they can run both the wing T and that shotgun, and it's worked very well for them up to this point. Haven't seen them go to the air too much, but they've been able to pick up a few crucial plays through the air, but then you talk about the ground game, and you talk about guys like Zane Widener, who have just been running with a head full of steam since the opening kickoff of this contest. Yellow Jackets have been moving the ball very well on their last several drives, and they'll look to cap off this one right here with a score.
Second down, between 5 and 6 to go. Epley this time is going to line up as a receiver. Quarterback Tobin is in the shotgun. They did put time back on the clock. Yes, they did. 1:14 left. And we believe there is one timeout remaining for the Yellow Jackets. Ball at the Arkadelphia 28-yard line. On second down, they will fake a pass, and Tobin wants to run. He's in trouble and will fall down at the 29. Loss of 1. Tackle by Kewen.
Quarterback keeps the ball. That's Harley.
And then another timeout. Last timeout of the half for the Yellow Jackets. 1:07 left, and they'll face third down and 7 when we come back. We'll be back with more Badger football after this.
As a family-owned sporting goods supplier since 1950, Southwest Sporting Goods understands the value of customer service and is committed to providing the best quality customer service and merchandise available. Southwest Sporting Goods is located in Arkadelphia, but also has salesmen that cover the entire state of Arkansas to help ensure that their customers will receive the best customer service and pricing that can be found. Southwest Sporting Goods, located in downtown Arkadelphia, supporting the Badgers since 1950.
Last time out for Clinton and Chase. The Yellow Jackets right now are talking about what do we want to do since we cannot stop the clock again. Maybe a play to the sideline, maybe a long pass, but it is third down and they need about 6. So we'll see what the play call is going to be. It looks like they're going to run it from the shotgun. Running back next to his quarterback is Cody Davis. Tobin will hand it, double handoff. Here's Widener. This time he's hitting the backfield and dragged down. Well, they ran it one too many times. Timeout called. Arkadelphia showing a desire maybe to get the ball back. 58 seconds left. Timeout, so we'll take a break also. It's fourth down for the Yellow Jackets, and they're going to need 8 yards for a first. 4th and 8 when we come back after this.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says go Badgers.
It is fourth down, 8 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at the Arkadelphia 30-yard line. Arkadelphia leads at 29-20. 1 minute exactly remaining before halftime. Long discussion by the Yellow Jackets, but the timeout was called by Arkadelphia as the Badgers perhaps would like to get the ball back. And good news, Alex Loy has been walking around the sideline acting like he'd like to get back in the game. He was injured on a late hit earlier in the quarter. On fourth down, pass play. Tobin fires the ball. It is incomplete. A beautiful hit, timed perfectly, and it's incomplete.
Number 20, the intended receiver.
And it looked like that was Latonio Hughes there in coverage. Indeed it was. How about that? Jumping up and over the intended receiver on that one, able to deflect the ball away. Hughes has made several huge plays on fourth down in the secondary for the Badgers. This one no different. And now Arkadelphia already up 2 scores with that 2-point conversion earlier in the contest, perhaps even a chance to go up by 3 here with another touchdown.
He got there just as the ball did and hit the ball, not just the defender. So great job by Hughes. And with first down, Arkadelphia will line up, and they'll spread the field almost sideline to sideline with receivers. Whitten, strong on quarterback, will see a blitz, and he'll look to the sideline, throw a completion, fighting for yardage after the catch. Arkadelphia will not get any. It's going to be a gain of about 5. Gain of 5. Clock still running, under 40 seconds left. Arkadelphia has 1 remaining timeout. Might see him throw the ball deep this time. The safeties are both standing at the 50-yard line. 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Arkadelphia wants to pass. Whitten, under some pressure, will throw a completion to the 46-yard line of Arkadelphia. That was Bailey with the catch, but he couldn't stay in bounds. He caught it as he was headed out of bounds. It is first down, though.
Bailey from Donovan Whitten.
Whitten lines up. Badgers line up. First down and 10.
They spotted at the 46-yard line.
Screen pass. This is Davis. Davis for 10 yards, 12 yards, knocked out of bounds. That will stop the clock. 17 seconds left and more good yardage.
And we talk about Davis on the ground. How about there using his hands, able to pick up the huge gain for the Badgers on a Welch Funeral Home first down. And now Badgers into enemy territory, looking to try to pick up maybe a late-minute score here in the first half.
Yeah, they might get close enough for a field goal, although they'd love to see a breakaway and a touchdown here. Leading by 9, Arkadelphia 29, Clinton 20. 17 seconds left before halftime. Arkadelphia looks to the sideline for the play. Campbell, Hughes, and Bailey on this side, the wide side of the field, bottom of your picture. Back to pass, Whitten. Lots of time to pass, nobody open. Now he's going to fire the ball deep downfield looking for a receiver. It's caught. That's a touchdown, Arkadelphia. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. Coming up with the big catch for the touchdown for the Arkadelphia Badgers. None other than Trip Campbell.
And that one's sure to fire up the Arkadelphia home crowd. And hard to tell from the replay right there, but that is not an easy pass at all. That time, Whitten was rolling out to the left, throws across his body to his man downfield, and finds Trip Campbell there as Campbell takes it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point attempt is up and good, and Arkadelphia has really come back nicely here late in the second quarter to pick up another touchdown. Beautiful play as rolling to his left and almost getting to the line of scrimmage was Whitten. Then he threw deep, and Trip Campbell got the score.
Right, that's what the Coach Dufresne and the defensive coordinator. Now we're going to have an unsportsmanlike. It's out of your screen on the left, but we're going to have an unsportsmanlike on the Clinton coaching staff. They really thought that Donovan Whitten was across the line of scrimmage, but in watching the replay, his front foot might have been on it, but your entire body has to be past that line of the line of scrimmage, and it was not. That's the second week in a row we've seen Donovan have a touchdown pass right at the line of scrimmage, and it looked, you really want, if you're on the receiving end of that play, you really want him to be across the line, but he was not. And when they watch film, they're going to understand that it was a good call was made by the officials.
And I think he knew exactly where he was. He slowed down just before he got to the line of scrimmage.
He did the same thing last week. I asked him on the flip pass to Jay Sean Davis. I said, when you flip that ball, you turned left and ran up the line. I said, it's almost like you knew that you were at the line of scrimmage. You didn't want to cross it. He said, I knew where I was, and he knew where he was on that play as well.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Big play by Whitten. Nice pattern by Campbell to just keep going deeper and deeper. Got behind the defenders late in the half and got the touchdown. Arkadelphia set for the kick, and it will be a bouncing ball, and this time it's going to slide out of bounds. So, decent field position, but only 7 seconds left for the Yellow Jackets. Wouldn't be too surprised if instead of putting the ball in the air, they let the clock run out on this half. Yellow Jackets had a wonderful comeback to take this lead, but then very impressive bounce back by Arkadelphia, not only to retake the lead, but then to stretch it out with that long touchdown pass. It's a 36-20 score, 16-point lead for Arkadelphia.
And you talk about the impact that score has for Arkadelphia. Now you're up by 2 full scores, including 2-point conversions at this point, and you get the ball back to start off the second half. We'll see if Clinton tries to take a shot here or if they'll just go with a run play here to end the half.
It is a run up the middle. There's some good yardage, but not enough. Tackle by Bailey, short of the 50-yard line, and the clock should expire momentarily. They're going to move the chains. No timeouts for the Yellow Jackets. They're going to try to get a play underway, and they will fail to do that. Horn sounds into the first half. Arkadelphia 36 and Clinton 20. We'll be back with a halftime show after this.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
For over 75 years, Mary and Martha's Florist and Gifts on Main Street in Arkadelphia has served the people of Arkadelphia and her surrounding communities, providing a wide variety of floral and gift needs. Do you have a special occasion that calls for just the right touch of creativity? Join the many who call David Goodman at Mary and Martha's to create a floral arrangement to fit their needs and budget. Call Mary and Martha's at 870-246-2446 or visit their location at 921 Main Street in Arkadelphia. Mary and Martha's Florist is a proud supporter of the Arkadelphia Badgers.
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker supporting the Badgers since 1996.
Dazzler Dance Team. Ladies, your music is on.
Welcome to the Southern Bancorp halftime show as the Arkadelphia High School Dazzler Dance Team performs. In the background, we'll have the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band with its final performance of the season. And as you watch the Dazzlers, we're going to bring Jim Rothwell on for some first half statistics. Jim, it's been quite a first half. It was a game of momentum swings, and Arkadelphia finished with the momentum, and Arkadelphia will get the ball coming out of the halftime break.
That's true. The Clinton Yellow Jackets did what they wanted to do. They came out and ran the ball very well. They had 33 carries for 188 yards. That's almost 6 yards a carry. Most of it by Widener. Done a good job on all the other running backs. Davis is 11 for 47. Pretty good job there. And then but Widener's been the main one. 9 carries for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. And a lot of it's coming on that double handoff that finally Arkadelphia seems to have figured that out a little bit. The quarterback, Tobin, has been pretty effective passing. He's 7 out of 14, 46 yards, 1 TD. Most of those receptions have been, 5 of them been to Dawson Maynard. Nick Epley, I'm sorry. Nick Epley, short passes, a lot of those, just 5 of 34 yards there. The big touchdown came to number 18, Dawson Burgess, big, tall sort of tight end, freshman or sophomore there. So they did what they want to do, but they're now in a position, being behind 2 scores with the possibility of being by 3, that Arkadelphia can take them out of their normal game plan. They won't be able to just continue grinding out that 4, 5, 6 yards that the wing tee does. Occasionally the wing tee will give you a big play if you don't stay at home and watch for those counters and watch for the double handoff. But if you stay at home and wait for those things, you can shut it down. And that's what Arkadelphia needs to do in the second half on defense.
And Arkadelphia will get the ball to start the second half, and invite you to stick around for the Southern Bancorp halftime show. The Arkadelphia Badger Pride Marching Band is taking the field, and after that we'll have an interview with Arkadelphia Alliance and Chamber of Commerce Representative Nikki Chandler. So let's enjoy the final performance of the 2021 State Championship Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arkadelphia Public Schools is proud to present for your halftime entertainment and sponsored by Southern Bancorp of Arkadelphia, your 6-time state marching champions, the Arkadelphia Badger Pride Marching Band. The Arkadelphia Badger Pride Marching Band will be presenting their 2021 competition show entitled Flight, The View from Above. The school's musical selections include 1,000 Airplanes on the Roof by Philip Glass, One Day I'll Fly Away from Moulin Rouge featuring flute soloist Emily Smith, To Tame the Perilous Skies by David Holsinger, and Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz featuring our combo of Josh Modell on Barry sax, Mason McKinney on piano, Seth Campbell on bass, and Carson Lewis on guitar. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please prepare for takeoff and join me in welcoming drum major and pilot Colson McKinney and the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band.
Flight 229, you're clear for departure.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please be seated, fasten your seatbelt, and enjoy your flight.
Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Aaron Seal, Mrs. Whitney Smith, and Mr. Brian Fowler. And the Josh Modal Quartet is available for weddings and bar mitzvahs. So if you need someone to play for you, just give them a call.
That was the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band with their competition show. I believe it'll be the last time we'll get to see the Badger Pride Marching Band as they... It would help if I put on the right headset, wouldn't it, Nikki?
I was going to ask.
You just couldn't hear me either. You're like, why can't I hear you?
Well, I'm partially deaf, so I figured it was fair.
Chris Babb with Executive Vice President of the Arkadelphia Alliance and Chamber of Commerce, Nikki Chandler. Nikki, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you're gonna be busy on the interview circuit this weekend, as you're gonna join us tomorrow morning before the Ouachita-Henderson football game. It's always a fun weekend, the Battle of the Ravine football game. No matter what side you cheer for, it's just a fun time, and especially for the community. And so in your role with the Chamber of Commerce, let's talk about the Battle of the Ravine as fans may come out to watch that tomorrow. What does that mean for the community of Arkadelphia? And when you're talking to people, does that come up in conversation? And how do you explain the unique nature of this rivalry in this game?
Well, this week is so fun. I have not met a single person that lives or is from or has any connection to Arkadelphia who doesn't care about this game. I have not once heard someone say, "Oh, I don't care who wins.
Right.
I just like playing. I just like going to the game.
Let's just go have fun."
No, those words are not spoken this week. On the economic development side of what the Battle of the Ravine means, it means every hotel is full. It means every restaurant is full. And so, for my role, it's just to keep the community spirit alive. It's to keep the game fun in town. This week on Wednesday, Price & Co. had a Battle of the Ravine business after hours tailgate. And so we feel like that's a really great time where we can all kind of come together and have our own little tailgate when we can't really do it like we used to with the rally. So my goal in life is to bring that Rally of the Ravine back.
Right.
How we do that, I do not know. Maybe Rex and Dr. Root can help me out with that.
Talking to Nikki Chandler, Executive Vice President of the Arkadelphia Chamber of Commerce. In your first year and
first 6 months.
First 6 months, probably feels like a year every once in a while.
Like yesterday felt like 1 year.
Right. What are some of the? I know in some of our conversations, some of the things that you wanted to do or try to help people hear about events. I know you guys started a podcast. What are some of the other things that the Chamber has done to try to get the word out about whether it's events, new businesses, ribbon cuttings, economic development? What are some of the things that you guys, you and Ashley and Sabre have put together to try to get the word out?
Well, that was one of our first. I always say this. I started the week that the tax renewal was up for vote, and I said,
"Welcome to the job."
Yeah, I said that was either the worst decision I ever made or the best, because I can always look back and say, well, at least it wasn't as bad as that first week.
That's right.
So, but we got that tax passed, and since then, our goal has always been to be as transparent as we can. We did start the podcast. I credit Sabre a lot with that. You helped us with that a lot too, and we get it out every Friday. We interview chamber members. We interview our office staff or people on the EDCCC board who can kind of tell what their roles are. We've also done we've upped our Facebook game, and we do TikTok. We kind of we know it's a niche market. It's for the younger
to get the
people.
ones like Jeff.
Yeah. Doctor, you love our TikTok, don't you? It's for our boutiques and our restaurants downtown. And anyway, we are real thankful that we have techie people. We have interns from Henderson and OBU who help us do those. And because if it were up to me, it would not happen, because TikTok's a little above my head.
He is my ultimate boss. He did, after we were talking TikTok, he did start pointing to his watch and asking our college. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Let's talk about the EDCCC, Economic Development Commission of Clark County. Explain what that is. And I know that when that renewal was going on, people were like, "How do I know what's going on? How do I know who this is, what they do, and can I come to meetings, all that stuff?"
Yes, EDCCC meetings are held, and I know the next one's on my birthday. It's November 30th, so you're welcome to come to it. They are open to the public. This one's at Fairfield Inn. It's at noon, and they're appointed by County Judge Tucker and the positions on the EDCCC board, and basically they help decide where the incentive money goes. So whenever someone does apply for incentive money, like if it's industry, and hopefully with this new tax, the guidelines will be a lot more open so more people can get those incentive monies, and that's the people that decide that. So it's a really big position to be on that board. I think it's more important than people realize, especially, with all because now everybody kind of does understand, and they want to know where it's going and how their money's spent, and that's great, and they should, and they do have input when they come to those meetings. They're there to talk and listen, or they can call the Alliance office. J.L. Griffin is our interim CEO. He loves to talk to people, and he will answer any question that he can. Ashley Vaughn is our economic development coordinator, and she does all of our economic development stuff in our office, and they love to answer questions just so that the right information is out there. But for Sabra, who's our communications director, and for me as a chamber director, we are just trying to put out as much information as we can on every frame of thing that we can. I think you know that from being communications and marketing in many atmospheres that you are in, but we just try to do our best to get it out there. We have a really great relationship with both Joes at the newspapers, and we just do our best to get all the information out we can. As we wrap up, let's give us a couple of highlights. If someone said, give me some of the positives and kind of no brag negatives, on only positive. We are. Let me think of what I want to give you. We have 230 acres right on the other side of this football field. That's going to have 435 lots. So a total investment of about $92 million will be put in our subdivision. It's one of the first subdivisions being made in the past 25 years. I think Pinnacle was the last one that was made. So when you think about that, if I kind of think of it like in a sports reference, if you build it, they will come. So we're going to have all these houses right here that people can, because the housing market is booming right now. So you will be able to build your own house, and that's by Nikki Goff and Kyle Smith. So we're really thankful for what they're doing. I'm trying to think of another one. Oh, well, I don't know if you guys heard about the widening of Pine Street. No one's heard about that, right? That's a $60 million investment that's going to be happening. And then just yesterday, we were notified that the Clark County and the city of Arkadelphia got about $620,000 in grants to either help with trails or help with sidewalks, help with the bridge going into Caddo Valley. So we're really thankful for the forward momentum that we've got going on.
Well, Nikki, I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you for
enjoy
having
your
me.
red and blue Badger earrings and your red and blue Badger gear. Together, what red and blue make?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, I cannot believe you're doing this to me.
It's purple.
You know what I'm going to do to you tomorrow? I'm wearing all red, head to toe. I wasn't going to, and now I'm going to.
Now you got to do it. But that's part of the fun of this town. I got a picture from Bobby Jones tonight. I know we're about to wrap up. The teams are coming out for their warm-up. Bobby Jones helped us send a picture of he and Kevin. Bobby, obviously, longtime administrator at Henderson. Kevin played football at Ouachita. Chase, sitting beside me, has a video that we're going to play on our pregame show tomorrow. And it was and I said, can I use it? He said, absolutely. So I sent him a copy of the video, and he and his wife Judy are watching their grandson play for Little Rock Christian in Valonia. And he sends me a picture. I can't put it on the screen for people to see, but it's a picture of Bobby and Judy wrapped up in a Ouachita Letterman's blanket with his Henderson beanie on, and the caption is "Still a family divided." So it's great. No. It's a town of 10,000, and there's really nothing like it.
You're right. And another hopefully 10,000 come tomorrow.
That's right. Well, Nikki Chandler, thank you so much for taking your time out to be with us, and good luck to you as you continue your work with the Chamber of Commerce. That's going to wrap up the Southern Bancorp halftime show as the Badgers and the Yellow Jackets are about ready for the second half. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second half. Chase Hartzell and Jeff Root will be back with you after this timeout. You're watching Arkadelphia Badger football on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We are back at Badger Stadium, ready for second half action. Thank you so much for that interview. So many good things going on in Arkadelphia, and we are proud to talk about that. We've got people all over the country who are very familiar with Arkadelphia, although it may be a memory for some people that they haven't revisited in a while. So we're glad to bring you that news about Arkadelphia's development. A lot of good things happening, including in the Arkadelphia Public Schools. And one of those things is an outstanding athletic program, Quiz Bowl team doing well, the band, again, a state champion. A lot of things going well with Arkadelphia, and we're glad to talk about it here during the football game. The score of this game is 36-20 Arkadelphia, but Chase, what an unusual first half it was.
The momentum swings were back and forth throughout that first half. It looked like Arkadelphia was well on their way to perhaps even a mercy rule victory here tonight, up 14-0 with less than 4 minutes gone in the game. But then you look at Clinton. They bounced back in those last 8 minutes of the first quarter. They were able to even the score by the end of that first period. Then you get into the second quarter. Clinton takes the early lead. But then the Badgers rattling off 22 unanswered points. Just a lot of action here tonight from both teams on the offensive side of the ball. We've seen some crazy special teams plays. We've seen defensive scores. We've seen trick plays and double handoffs. It's just been an all-around entertaining matchup thus far, and it'll be interesting to see how it proceeds.
Glad you enjoyed halftime, sponsored by Southern Bancorp, our third quarter sponsor, Providence Veterinary Care. We are proud of all of our sponsors for bringing you these games and also supporting Arkadelphia and the Arkadelphia Public Schools. Here's the kickoff. It is again a bouncing kick, and it will be recovered by Arkadelphia, this time back at the 41-yard line. Not a traditional onside kick, but they were looking for a turnover. Did not get it. Arkadelphia takes over. Nice job by Ollie Ware to fall on that and recover it for Arkadelphia. And the Badgers, as a result, Chase, good field position.
That's right, and that's what's crucial about those recoveries right there. It looked like on that kickoff right there, put a little extra power on it. Don't know if that was by design or not, but it rolls past the first line of defenses on special teams for the Badgers right to Ollie Ware, who falls on it and sets up Arkadelphia with good field position, already knocking on the door of Yellow Jacket territory.
Donovan Witten had a big first half. He's the quarterback for Arkadelphia, only a junior, and he will hand off. First play is Davis. He's hit immediately and will get about a yard, and that's it. So well defended that time by the Yellow Jackets. Arkadelphia got a couple of big runs from Davis, but that time he was held to a gain of only one. Second down, 9 yards to go. Davis to the right of his quarterback, Donovan Witten. Three receivers to the lower part of your screen, the wide side of the field. Run, and again, Davis is hit immediately and got another yard, but that's it. So third down and long coming.
Arkadelphia going with a couple of handoffs up the middle to try and start out this first drive of the second half. Worked pretty well for them to open up the game. Ja'Shawn Davis had that huge run up the middle, if you'll remember that opening this game, scoring, but tough sledding up front thus far.
Third down, 8 yards to go. Witten under pressure, throws it short, incomplete. Unable to come up with the catch as it was near the turf was Babb. But Arkadelphia has a fourth down and long. Good field position, but might be a punting situation for the Badgers here to begin the second half. Let's see. Witten's the quarterback. He's also the punter. They're going to line up in an offensive formation. Nobody is deep to receive a kick. And let's see if he'll back up and punt the ball or if, in fact, they're going to go for it on fourth down and 8. He's going to back up. I think he's going to put a foot into it, and he does. Almost blocked, but it will be allowed to bounce, and it takes an Arkadelphia bounce across the 30 to the 26-yard line, and from that spot, the Yellow Jackets will take over. So good defense by Clinton, and they'll send their offense onto the field.
Well, and taking the field for Clinton, leading them on offense, will be Harley Tobin, and having to get back to the line quickly here. He was the one with that blitz on the punt block there and almost got to the football, blocking the punt of the opposing quarterback, Donovan Witten, on that play, but Witten able to get that one away, and a quality punt to flip the field.
Badgers by 16. First possession of the second half for Clinton. Clinton will hand off and run right out Arkadelphia and get good yardage. Good blocking at the point of attack and a 15-yard gain on first down. I think they'll call it 14, but that's really fine blocking, a simple handoff, and good yardage for the Yellow Jackets.
And we've seen some solid runs from sophomore Zane Widener throughout the night, but how about Cody Davis here, the senior, stepping up for his team? He does not want to go home tonight and end his senior season that time, running very hard up the middle and a good run to set Clinton up with another first down.
First down at its own 39-yard line. This is Davis again, and he's going to get some yardage across the 45 near the 46-yard line. Good work. They're going to spot it up to the 46 for a gain of 7. Second down, 3 yards to go. Well, the Yellow Jackets might be down by 16, but they're firing off the football right now. The offensive line doing a good job of pushing Arkadelphia back. We'll see if the Badgers stiffen here as the ball gets close to midfield. Second down and only 3. They'll stay in the wing T formation. Now they're going to load the left side. They've run the double handoff a few times on this formation. This time a simple handoff up the middle and nowhere to go. He'll fall forward, but not enough for a first down. Third down coming. They still need 1, maybe 2.
Davis started out this drive with a couple of solid runs, but that time Arkadelphia does a good job of stopping him up there just past the line of scrimmage. As you mentioned, Jeff, he was able to fall forward to gain a little yardage there, but it's going to be 3rd and short here for Clinton. And with so many weapons to use in their run game, we'll see what they go with here.
Need about 1.5 yards. Quarterback sneak, they're going to get at least that. Tobin with a good run after contact, and the quarterback sneak from Tobin is going to cross the 50. First down for the Yellow Jackets.
That time Clinton's QB taking matters into his own hands, just takes the ball up the middle, got good blocks from his offensive lineman, and was able to push forward for that first down. And Clinton keeping the drive rolling here to open up the second half.
Will they keep churning away, or will they try a surprise deep pass? Tobin has a good, strong arm. On first down, they're going to hand off. This is Epley to the left side. He cannot find room and will make only 1 yard or 2. Big tackle on the far side by Hughes.
And Epley had some good blocks up front there, but problem was there weren't any openings for him upfield. He just tried to round the corner there, and the Badgers able to finally get around the edge there and stop him just past the line of scrimmage. They'll give him 1 yard on that play, but good overall job there from Arkadelphia's defense responding to the play and getting past the good blocks there from Clinton's O-line.
Second down, 9 yards to go. A run to the left side again, and again, not much there. Initial hit by Wilson, and also in on the tackle, an early hit for Arkadelphia. Coming up from his linebacker spot for Arkadelphia was Tucker Guy. Only a gain of a couple, so it's 3rd down and 7.
And Davis, he had those strong runs to start out the drive, but slowly he started to lose maybe a little bit of steam here. We'll see what Clinton goes with here now on 3rd and medium.
Back to pass. Tobin wants to fire it down the field. He will just miss his receiver at the 28-yard line. Looked like it was catchable, but unable to bring it in for the catch was the receiver, a tall guy named Dawson Burgess, only a 10th grader, couldn't quite pull it in. So it's 4th down and 7.
And really the only man open downfield for Clinton on that one. Arkadelphia's secondary did a good job dropping back in coverage there. Fortunately for them, that pass just out of the man's reach, but overall just excellent job.
Timeout on the field momentarily as an extra football got out on the field. And now Arkadelphia, no, it's going to be Clinton will call the timeout. Clinton calls timeout. First one of the second half. Interesting that they'll call the timeout, but they want to think about what to do on 4th down and 7, and so we'll take a break. 8:17 left, 3rd quarter. Arkadelphia 36, Clinton 20. We'll be back after this.
Under perfect conditions, your car traveling at 65 miles per hour can stop in about 300 feet. That's the length of a football field.
But a fully loaded tractor trailer, one that weighs 80,000 pounds, will take 2 football fields to stop. And that's if the driver is rested, paying attention, and the truck and load is properly maintained.
If you're in an accident with a big truck, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
Get the experienced team that's going to be on your side, by your side.
So proud of all of our sponsors for helping us out, getting these games to you. Bell Wealth Services, Blake Bell, the old Badger himself, Wealth Services. We're pleased that he is a sponsor. Dairy Queen, one of our sponsors also. And you'll see the whole list through the spots tonight and through our listings. We appreciate each and every sponsor. So many folks wanting to support the Badgers this year and always. On 4th down and 7, Clinton's going to line up. Shotgun formation. Coming in motion is Widener. Throwing the ball back to the left, and a big hit and a loss. Arkadelphia not only stops him on 4th down, but they'll gain some yardage out of it.
That was Max Wilson And it looks like he got a little bit of help from Marvion Berry, too, there in coverage. How about the defensive lineman there going up and was reading the pass, tried to fake him out a little bit there. Wasn't sure if he was going to run or pass the ball, but he was ready for both situations. And there, it was Wilson and Berry, the duo there, able to take down the wide receiver behind the line of scrimmage. And what a momentum booster there for the Badgers after being forced 3 and out to open up the second half. Now with good field position to open up this next drive after a huge defensive stop.
Very impressive defensive play. Everybody went to the right except the receiver, but 2 defenders made their way over there and had a big hit as soon as he caught the ball. From the 50-yard line, Arkadelphia starts the drive with a snap that gets away. Witten will pick it up. He wants to run. He is under a lot of pressure, and they're going to catch him at the 42-yard line. Cannot quite turn it around and get back to the line of scrimmage. So he prevented the turnover with the snap that got away, but a big loss on the play for Arkadelphia. They're going to spot the ball at the 44-yard line, well, between the 43 and 44. So he lost between 6 and 7. Could have been worse. Second down and long, though. We'll see if the Badgers put the ball in the air. They'll look to the sideline. Campbell and Bailey to the short side of the field at the bottom of your screen. Davis is the running back, of course. Top of the screen, that is Bailey and Babb. Back to pass, Witten. He wants to throw. Under pressure, he will run. Now he passes. This is Bailey. Bailey hit from behind, but he's going to make positive yardage, and this becomes third down and makeable now as they'll tackle him at the 46-yard line of the Yellow Jackets.
And that time, Clinton again bringing the pressure up front, and Witten was trying to scramble there, but good blitz there from the Yellow Jackets, keeping an eye on him, and he is forced to throw the ball downfield. Luckily, he had Braylon Bailey right there at the sideline, and Bailey able to pick up solid yardage, and as you mentioned, Jeff, set up this third and manageable.
Third down, run up the middle. Davis is hit. They got a hold of his legs. He's not going to be able to make extra yardage, and so it's going to be fourth down. They might give him 1. 4th and 5, we'll say, from the 45-yard line. Arkadelphia is in a spot where you expect him to go for it. 4th and 5 from the Clinton 45-yard line. Davis lines up as a receiver this time. 3 receivers at the top of the screen on the wide side of the field. Campbell and Davis to the short side. Bailey in the slot on the right side. Witten at quarterback. We'll have a 5-man rush. He'll throw a complete pass to Davis. First down at the 35, to the 30, to the 25, and dragged down and out of bounds at the 23-yard line. First down, Arkadelphia, a Welch Funeral Home. First down.
And how about Davis using his hands there again for the Badgers in the passing game, and a good run after catch to further add to matters there. Just an overall excellent play, excellent execution from Arkadelphia's offense.
After converting on 4th down, on 1st down, they're going to throw deep. Looking for the end zone. It is incomplete. Well defended in the end zone by Clinton, and they knocked it away just as the ball was getting there. Zane Widener playing well on defense, just like he's played well on offense. He's an impressive sophomore for Clinton. Arkadelphia didn't get the touchdown, but they'll face a second down at 10, nearing the red zone. Witten wants to throw again. Looking downfield, he'll throw short. That ball is caught, and a run after the catch to the 15, to the 10, inside the 10-yard line to the 8-yard line. Almost intercepted, but a well-placed pass, and Campbell came up with it.
And on that one, it looked like Witten was hit as he threw it, and it forced the ball a little bit short, but Campbell able to adjust, avoid the interception, and not only that, pick up the Welch Funeral Home first down for the Badgers.
Between the 8 and 9-yard line, 1st and goal, Arkadelphia. Witten wants to pass again. He'll throw to the 1-yard line, incomplete. And it will be 2nd down and goal.
And Hughes has run a couple good routes on this drive, but Widener in coverage has been excellent thus far, not allowing any incompletions to the Badger, allowing any completions to the Badger Junior at this point.
Zane Widener defending on the play.
To the right side, by the right tackle, Babb and Hughes. Davis is the running back. He is going to run it. Davis runs through the defense at the 5, at the 2. He dives. Are they going to give it to him? Yes, touchdown Arkadelphia. He was able to keep his knees from touching until after the ball got to the goal line for the score.
Well, and I think the law of averages working in Davis's favor at this point. Last week he was robbed of a touchdown where he extended his arm towards the goal line. This time, though, he's going to get the call on an excellent run there. Coach Shucker talks about it all the time, how hard it is to stop Davis once he gets down near the goal line. This time, no different. Touchdown, Arkadelphia.
Kick up, and the kick is good once again. It is Arkadelphia 43 and Clinton 20. 5:41 left, third quarter. We'll be back with more after this.
Locally owned and operated, Java Primo is the official coffee house of ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. In addition to coffee, drinks, and desserts, we also have wonderful options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Shop our gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com or visit us on Main Street in historic downtown Arkadelphia. Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more says, Go Badgers!
Go Badgers it is. Arkadelphia has stretched its lead now, largest lead of the evening for the Badgers at 43-20, 5:41 left. We're in the third quarter. The defense is playing well, and the offense on its second possession of the quarter put it in the end zone.
Everything's been clicking for the Badgers thus far in the second half. Even when the offense, had a little bit of trouble there gaining some early momentum, the defense able to step it up and provide it for the team, and then everything else just carried forward. Huge drive there. Ja'Shawn Davis picking up a crucial first down on fourth down, and then later picking up the touchdown. Huge drive for Arkadelphia.
The ball got loose as he reached into the end zone, so he had control as it went over. He just lost it as he hit the ground, but he was able to keep his knees from hitting first, and that scored the touchdown for Arkadelphia. Here's a high kickoff. This is returnable for Epley from the 20-yard line. He catches it on the run to the 25. He'll make it up to the 29. They might give him the 30, and it's first down and 10 for Clinton. Brock Curry and a couple other Badgers in on the tackle. From the 30-yard line, the Yellow Jackets take over, and although we're in the third quarter, down now by 23, Clinton faces a need to get back on the scoreboard.
They've been held out of the end zone since early in the second quarter. Started out the game on the wrong end of a 14-0 run, then had a 20-0 run of their own, but now Arkadelphia on a 29-0 scoring run here.
Running play to the left side, defended well by Arkadelphia, gain of only 1.
We appreciate all of them. They'll all be open after the
on the carry for Clinton was Cody Davis. He's had a busy night. He's a senior. Looks like he might be playing in his last game because Arkadelphia has taken a nice lead here in the third quarter.
We do know, however, that the Yellow Jackets have the ability to score and score quickly. It's just been an uphill battle since really the early second quarter. Arkadelphia's defense doing a really great job of adjusting ever since.
Double handoff. Widener's got some room this time. He's up to the 40 for a first down across the 45 and out of bounds. They blocked it well this time, and the double handoff has worked again. It was a key play in the first half.
And we hadn't seen it for a little bit, but that time, Clinton again going with the double handoff again to Widener, who's had the most success with it thus far here tonight. Widener had some space to the outside. He's able to run upfield for some really good yardage and pick up a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Ball at the 47-yard line. Clinton nears midfield. Wing T formation, handoff right up the middle. They're pushing the Badger defense. A gain up to midfield and maybe the 49 of Arkadelphia for a gain of 4.
And the 34 carries the ball up the middle.
Tell you what, Widener played some as a ninth grader in the playoffs last year for Clinton, and now he really seems to be the best offensive player we've seen tonight for Clinton. He may be one of the better players in that conference by next year.
I agree, definitely a player to watch for this Yellow Jacket squad. Still got a couple years left ahead of now. It'll be definitely interesting to watch this young man's career progress.
Here is Epley looking for space, not finding much. He's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe not. He's quick, but there was just not a hole to run through. He sprinted to his left, stopped, started again, never found a hole. No gain.
Get out of here.
Loss of a yard.
Chris Babb.
Yeah, can we pop in with a couple of scores real quick?
Absolutely.
In the 4A's, we got a little break here. Star City trailing Batesville Southside 21-17. The winner of this game plays that next week. Shiloh Christian at 48-0 in the fourth. Ashdown leading Lone Oak 28-14 in the fourth. Fountain Lake Pocahontas tied at 28. And Malvern leading DeWitt 28-7.
Nice nights for Malvern and so far for Ashdown. Rolling to his right and throwing a complete pass to Widener is the quarterback Tobin, and now a big gain inside the 20. He's going to go all the way down to the 16. Well, that was kind of almost a broken play. Didn't work out the way it was planned, but it worked out well enough because Tobin kept the ball alive. The quarterback made a good play, and then Widener made a good run.
And even though it wasn't according to design, the Clinton Yellow Jackets definitely going to take the result that they got on that play. They haven't had really any home run plays in a little bit, but that one right there with the potential to set them up with a score, they're already down in the Badger red zone.
From the, well, between the 12 and 13-yard line, they're going to run it, and big hit by Wilson. Big hit by Wilson, maybe a yard on the play.
Wilson stepping up with another huge play here, and it's really been a balanced attack from Arkadelphia's defense. Everybody really getting involved in this game. We've seen some good hits up front against an offense that really loves to run the ball. And even though they have been moving the ball very effectively on this drive, every yard's been gained.
That was Hutto on the carry. Hutto is still in the game. They are going to hand it off on a counter play, and here's Widener. He's got some room down to the 7-yard line. Tackled hard there by Kewen. So Arkadelphia will try to stop the Yellow Jackets on the next two plays because it's third down. Ball just outside the 11-yard line. They're going to need a good 4 yards. Tobin will hand it off. This is Hutto, and he's got yardage. They can get a first down, but I don't think they're quite there yet. This might be fourth down coming. Let's see if they measure. It's close. They did give him a good spot, but he's short, I believe, by about a half yard. Fourth down. Now maybe they're going to measure. I think they're going to measure.
Timeout.
Box shows fourth down, but I think they're going to measure, so let's see.
Got a really good spot on that. I think that far side judge has been spotting that ball at least a half yard or a yard further on, but for both teams. But I think he got it, Jeff. I think he got it by the stripe of the ball.
Well, the box is showing fourth, and he's the one we hope is correct, but you probably are right, Chris, because as they stretch it out, oh, no, it's just a little bit short. A little bit short. Not by much. So it's fourth down. A running team will try to run for about half a yard here, maybe a little less. As they spot the ball, I'll put the glasses on it. Looks like they need the 2-yard line, and they're just maybe a foot short.
Short of the first and 10.
Yeah, the ball's between the 2 and 3, and they're going to need the 2 for a first down. Arkadelphia will line up and try to get the ball back. It's fourth down, less than a yard for the Yellow Jackets. Tobin has loved the quarterback sneak in this situation. We'll see if he does it again. And he will, and he'll make it. He did a nice job of running to his left and then hitting the line of scrimmage, and he'll have a first down and goal at the 1. Fine job by the quarterback. Inside the 1, first down and goal.
We've talked about Witten not being shy when it comes to contact. Same thing here for Tobin. He's used that quarterback sneak effectively throughout the night, and that time, short yardage situation, desperately needed that first down for Clinton, and he got just that. Huge job stepping up there for his team.
Handoff and a touchdown. Into the end zone goes Hutto, and the Yellow Jackets are back on the board for the first time in some time. They put a touchdown on the board. 1:03 left in the third quarter, and they have been going for 2. Let's see if they'll do it again. Looks like they will. I don't see a kicker coming onto the field. Not sure I saw a kicker in warm-ups except for practicing onside kicks. So Arkadelphia leads it 43-26. And Clinton will go for 2. Wing T formation. And they're going to have a quarterback keep it, and he's hit, and he's not going to make it. So they have failed on the 2-point conversion. And Arkadelphia holds them at 26. So it's still a 27-point lead for the Badgers, and Arkadelphia have the ball back when we come back with more third quarter action after this.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Austin Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Arkadelphia leads it by 17, so it is still a 3-possession game for the Badgers, but the Badgers aren't as concerned about that as they are just putting their offense back on the field, because the Badgers have been able to score a lot of points tonight. One of those touchdowns came from the defense on a fumble return in the first quarter, but Arkadelphia's offense has been humming along as well. Going to see another onside kick, we would expect. That has been a pattern for Clinton again tonight as well. They haven't kicked one long yet. There's the whistle, and here's the onside kick. It's a high bouncer. Arkadelphia fighting for it, and Arkadelphia will fall on it at the 47-yard line of Clinton. That ball was live, and Clinton had a chance, but Arkadelphia did cover it.
And a good job there from the junior Carter Babb stepping up there and recovering the onside kick. That one, a little bit of a misdirection, and it bounces up pretty high. Looked like it deflected off of one of the Badgers, but Babb was able to grab onto it there pretty quickly and make the quick recovery for Arkadelphia. Good job knowing where the ball was on that play, and now Arkadelphia once again with with good field position and another opportunity to try and get on the board and maybe get back those points that they just lost in their lead.
You know, it might be as much as a 14-point swing that Arkadelphia recovered that onside kick. Clinton's been moving the ball, and Arkadelphia has been moving the ball as well, but not on first down. Maybe a gain of 1 for Davis. They bottled it up that time, nowhere to go.
Carries the ball for the Badgers. Number 21 makes the stop.
And we're going to say no gain. Second down, 10 yards to go. 40 seconds left in the third quarter, and it is about to expire. But Arkadelphia will run the second down play. Long pass. Whitten's pass is coming down a little short, and it's intercepted by Widener, who will try to break a tackle but be knocked down at the 21-yard line. That ball got away from Whitten a little bit. It fluttered some, and it came down in the hands of Widener.
Definitely looked like it was up in the air a bit longer than Whitten had intended it. That was enough time for Widener to make the play there, and Latonio Hughes tried to strip the ball away and get it back for the Badgers, but Widener able to hold on tight to the football, and a crucial turnover there for the Yellow Jackets here late in the third quarter. They'll have the ball right back starting at their own 21-yard line.
Still 25 seconds left in the quarter. They'll get at least one play, if not more, off before they change ends of the field. From the 21 on first down, they'll run it off tackle, and he'll break a couple of tackles, and now a flag goes down at the end of the play, but the gain was only a couple of yards. That was Hutto on the run again. Wilson and a couple other Badgers involved in the tackle. It's going to be a face mask against Arkadelphia, so that will go to the advantage of the Yellow Jackets, a 5-yard penalty, but they'll get first down over again. Tell you what, this is important. A quarter left to play, 17-point lead. The Yellow Jackets scored on their last possession, and now they have a first down, and after the mark-off and the run, the ball's at the 28-yard line, so it's 1st and 3. Will they take a deep shot?
Should be second down.
And now the officials are going to blow this dead and talk maybe. Oh, it's the quarter. Okay, they let the time run out. At the end of 3 quarters of play, it's Arkadelphia 43 and Clinton 26. We'll be back with fourth quarter action after this.
When
severe weather knocks you down, Shelter Insurance is there to help pick you up. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
In Arkadelphia, contact Shelter Agent Chad Kesterson.
Once again, we so greatly appreciate all of our sponsors all year long. Our fourth quarter sponsor is Eccles Thompson and Kneebone. All of our sponsors just appreciate so much the support they have for the city of Arkadelphia, Arkadelphia High School, and the Arkadelphia Badger football team. Badgers leading here. We're beginning the fourth quarter. The Yellow Jackets of Clinton High School have the ball, but Arkadelphia 43-26 in the lead. Plenty of points tonight, but they've had trouble stopping this wing T attack coming from Clinton. They want to pass. Tobin will throw into the flat, overthrows his intended receiver, Hutto. And so there goes second down.
Intended for number 24, Cody Davis.
Nice pressure there from Alex Turley as he gets to the quarterback quickly there. He was hit as he threw that football, and it goes a little awry there at the end. Overall, just a good play there from the Badgers defense on a first and very short situation after that penalty. And now we'll see what Clinton comes up with on second down.
In that situation, you do count the run and the penalty, but to get first down over again after the face mask. So back to pass. Tobin wants to throw deep. Now he's in some trouble. He's going to run to his right. He'll make some yardage on the ground and step out of bounds. He might have even made a first down. Tobin's a fine quarterback.
He is, and we haven't seen him really. We really haven't seen him get out of the pocket too much tonight as far as running plays. We do know that he likes to roll out of the pocket, usually to try and pass the ball. But we haven't seen too many scrambles when he gets out into space. But that time he had a little bit of a running lane, and he was able to pick up a little bit of yardage there, but he's still going to be short of the first down marker.
Stepped out at the 30, so third down and 1. They'll run the quarterback sneak again. Arkadelphia defends it very well this time. Just depends on the spot. Looks like they might spot it at the 31, which would be a first down. But Arkadelphia did defend the quarterback sneak better that time, but I think he's still going to have it. They're not going to have to measure. First down. Yellow Jackets have made a lot of first downs tonight. They've scored 26 points, but they've been unable to stop Arkadelphia, and they gave up one defensive touchdown to Arkadelphia. So the Badgers have a lead of 43-26. But the Yellow Jackets trying to make this interesting in the fourth quarter. Back to pass is Tobin. He'll throw a short pass. It is complete to the 35, to the 40. Nice run after the catch. And that is, I think, going to be another first down. I think he fell forward to the marker. On the run after the catch for Clinton. Nice job by Brody Emberton. He's a junior.
We've got a penalty flag at the end of the play there as the players were getting up from that play. A lot of Badgers and Yellow Jackets there at the end of the play. We'll see what the call is here as a Badger is down.
And he is slow in getting up, and now he's going to stand, and I think they're going to help him off the field a little bit. And that is Wilson. He wants to stay in the game, but let's see. He's up. Coaches are talking to him. He's saying, I'm okay. Let's play. Let's see what the penalty is going to be. Here's the official with the call. Now the coach is out on the field to talk to his injured player. Not to protest the call, but just to check on Wilson. He's going to be all right. Going to be unsportsmanlike call against Arkadelphia. Goodness. And it looks like against the Yellow Jackets. He pointed the wrong direction. That's it. Yeah, that got a rise from the crowd because he pointed against Arkadelphia, but I think he pointed the wrong direction. He did turn around and point back toward Clinton after he pointed in the wrong direction. So it's not against both teams. It is against Clinton. Well, we've seen some emotional outbursts tonight, really from both teams, but that time clearly it was Clinton with that issue. It's going to be a dead ball foul, so it's going to be 1st and 10, but the new spot is back to the 28-yard line, maybe the 27. It's in that area in the middle of the field. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball closer probably to the 27. So they lost yardage because of the penalty, but it's still 1st and 10 because it was a dead ball foul after the first down was picked up.
With such a time-consuming offense, that mistake can really come back to bite them here as the clock continues to run here. Just over 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
They are going to pass. Tobin looking for a place to throw the ball. He is under pressure. Now he's going to run and make some yardage. Out of bounds. He got about 5.
Quarterback keeps the ball.
He's got some speed. He's got a strong arm. But Arkadelphia pursued well and knocked him out with a gain of about 5. Second down coming. Clock stops at exactly 11 minutes left in the game. Clinton is not used to scoring quickly, and they've got some ground to make up, trailing by 17. 2nd and 5. Tobin is back in the shotgun. Let's see if he throws the ball. No, it's going to be a handoff. No, it's it's going to be a handoff, and he'll run to the near side and make short yardage. On the carry that time for Clinton was Zane Widener, who's had a big night but didn't have much of a hole to run through that time. Kind of an unusual looking play. Got the ball to Widener. I thought they might reverse the field and go to the wide side, but did not. So it's 3rd down, and they're still going to need between 3 and 4 yards. 3rd down and a long 3. Short 4, we'll say. Back to pass. Tobin wants to fire it to the side. He passes a completion. Good pass and a good catch to the 41-yard line. That's another 1st down.
And on that play, the Yellow Jackets were doing something they've done very well and very efficiently here tonight, and that is taking what the defense gives them. Not a lot of options downfield, but that time Tobin was able to hook up with his man on that short passing play, and it was enough to move the sticks.
Emberton on the catch. 1st down. They're eating up a little bit of clock. Under 10 minutes to play in the game. Back to the wing T formation. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and just not much there. Arkadelphia defending the middle of the field well tonight. No long runs from the fullback. And a flag goes down at the end of this play.
Number 24 carries the ball.
The white hat threw the flag from about 8 yards away, but something went wrong. Going to be a personal foul against Arkadelphia, and I did not see it. Don't know what happened. But it's going to be a personal foul against Arkadelphia. It looked like maybe he threw it so late it may have been after the play. And it's going to be a major mark-off, sending the ball into Arkadelphia territory. The emotions have been running high on both sides tonight, and that one goes against the Badgers to the Arkadelphia 42-yard line. Clock starts again. 9:30 left and counting. Yellow Jackets with a little momentum now in Arkadelphia territory. They're going to hand off to the right side. It goes, and there's nowhere to go. Arkadelphia will cause a loss here on 1st down. On the carry for Clinton was Spencer Bannister.
And Arkadelphia with an excellent read that time. Made the right read right from the snap, and there were several Badgers that got back to the ball carrier before he was even able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And that'll drive the Yellow Jackets back a little bit here. It's 2nd and long.
2nd and 12. They will stay in the wing T formation. Quarterback under center. He'll drop the snap. Now he's going to fall on it. Loss of a couple more. Back to the Arkadelphia 46-yard line. 3rd and 14 coming.
Recovered by the...
That mistake could prove pretty costly here. We do know that the Yellow Jackets are capable of throwing the ball downfield. Don't know if they're as comfortable running that shotgun, though, as they are in that wing T set, which they've run several times here tonight, but we'll see what they do here on 3rd and long.
From the Arkadelphia 46-yard line, 3rd down, 14 yards to go. They'll line up in the shotgun this time with Tobin at quarterback. He will back up, wants to fire the ball downfield. He's got plenty of time to throw. Now he's scrambling, moving back to his right, saying, I want to throw deep. Now he's going to run. He's going to make some yardage. He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and there is a flag down.
He's tackled by number 5, Landon Kewen.
Let's see where the flag landed. What's this call going to be? We've seen a lot of flags here. Could be defensive holding, we're thinking, in the box here. Let's see what the call might be. Looked like he wanted to throw, and then he wanted to throw deep, and then he ran. The call is going to be against, personal foul against Clinton. Boy, we're getting a lot of those, kind of alternating. And again, I'm not doubting the officials. I just didn't see it. They're hitting hard, certainly. Everybody's playing hard, but I'm not sure where that came from, and I wasn't sure where the last one came from that went against Arkadelphia. Ball at the 46-yard line. Officials, I guess, are sensing some high emotions and trying to calm some people down a little bit with the penalty flag. Ball back at the 46-yard line of Clinton, and now they've really got a long yardage situation. It was 3rd and 14 previously. Now they have the ball at the 46-yard line, their own 46-yard line. They got to go to the Arkadelphia 32-yard line. Back to pass. Tobin wants to fire it deep. He's got a strong arm. He's under pressure. He is trying to escape that pressure, and he will not. Wilson hitting from behind. The ball is loose. Arkadelphia, I believe, has it. Let's see if the officials agree. Oh, they're going to say he was down, and I surely thought that was a fumble. Surely thought that was a fumble. He was hit hard from behind and didn't see it coming. The ball squirted in front of him, but the officials say that a knee went down at the 50-yard line. It's 4th down and very long, but it looked like Arkadelphia would have the ball at its own 45-yard line. Instead, goodness, they'll have another play from the 50, and Tobin might just fire this down the field and see what happens. Watch for Widener, number 23. He's out for a pass. Tobin wants to throw, and now he's in trouble. They're going to sack him. He goes down at the 44-yard line on 4th down. They had first down at the Arkadelphia 42, and they just turned it over on downs at their own 44-yard line. Chase, that is Arkadelphia playing some good defense.
That is, and got to point out there, Darian Beard, it looked like was the first one to get to the quarterback on that play. Arkadelphia not dissuaded too much from that non-call on the fumble. Also, kudos to Landon Kewen on that play for getting to the football, even if it doesn't go down in the stat book. But Darian Beard there with a huge play for the Badgers on 4th down, taking down the quarterback in the backfield here. And now Arkadelphia with good field position to start out their next drive. It seems like it's been a while since we've seen Arkadelphia's offense on the field.
Badgers line up 44 yards away from really putting this one away. Here is a run. No, it's going to be Witten keeping the ball. Nice little option play. He's got some room to run to the 40, to the 35. Hits the sideline to the 30-yard line. Ooh, a hard hit on a photographer on the sideline. Got to hope that he's okay. Everybody moving down that direction. Got to hope everybody's okay. That was a tough hit on the sideline. No penalty call, I don't believe, and it looks like everybody's going to be okay. Boy, if you're a photographer on the sideline, you worry about whether or not a great picture is going to come one day at a tough hit. Hopefully everybody's okay down on the sideline. She's up, and I think she's okay. She is up, and I think she is okay. And her son is checking on her. We're glad to see that. They did call a personal foul. We couldn't see it with the players in the way, but they did make, and I think that's a proper call.
He didn't throw it up in the air. He tried to grab it out of his pants, and it just kind of fell, so we didn't see it, but it was there. It was thrown.
Yeah, that's a proper call. He was hit late, and that led to the hit on the photographer on the sideline, but she is okay. She is up and all right. That's good to know. Her son is on the team, and he checked out, make sure mom's okay, and I think they're both feeling a little better right now.
Right now, Donovan Witten tried to draw Clinton offsides there, maybe with the hard count, but now readjusting here.
Back to pass. Witten wants to fire to the sideline. It is incomplete. Tried to get it to the 10-yard line. Intended receiver down there was Babb. Just missed him. 6:44 left. Clock stops. Arkadelphia with a nice 17-point lead, trying to put it away right now. Ball at the 16-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Our friend the photographer, who I've not identified, is okay, but I'm going to ask her at church on Sunday if she's a little sore, because I'm betting she will be. She was hit pretty hard, but she's up.
2nd down and 10 now for the Badgers.
Davis to the left of his quarterback. Ooh, they're going to pitch it to Hughes, and the speedster's got a little bit of room. Now he cuts it up the field and will run out of space, but he got a nice gain on 2nd and 10, and so it's going to be 3rd, and they're going to need another 5.
He's tackled by number 4.
I like the play, though, because Hughes has tremendous speed.
He does, and that time he almost had a little bit of space to the outside, but wasn't able to make that final cut. Instead had to cut inside. Luckily, he did have some pretty good space there created by his offensive line, and he was able to still get a solid gain that'll make this 3rd and 5 for Arkadelphia.
Babb is wide to the right side. To the left side, top of your screen, is Trip Campbell along with Hughes and Bailey. They're going to hand it off, though. Davis on the run. He's got some steam to the 5. Touchdown, Arkadelphia.
Touchdown, Arkadelphia.
Farm Bureau touchdown for the Arkadelphia Badgers. They gave it to Davis, and if you don't hit him immediately, he's going to get some steam, and then nobody got in his way. Touchdown for Davis, touchdown for Arkadelphia, and the Badgers can make 50 tonight with an extra point right here from Allen. Now, Allen's holder is Loy, who is not going to come out. He was injured in the first half. Instead, Babb is going to hold for this extra point attempt. So Babb comes out and sets it up.
In for the point after is Spencer Allen on a hold.
Spencer Allen is set. Carter Babb is the holder. Hold is good. The kick is up, and the kick is perfect. It's Arkadelphia 50, Clinton 26. 6 minutes exactly remaining in this football game. Let's keep it right here. Do you have any score updates for us, Chase?
Well, really quick before we do go to the scoring updates, this is a huge milestone for Arkadelphia in this offense. You may not believe it, but this is the first time Arkadelphia scored 50 points in a game this year. They've been extremely efficient. I'm looking at my schedule right here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games already this year with 42 points or more, but no games up to this point with 50 points or more. This is the Badgers' 8th game with 42 points or more this season, and they hit the 50 mark for the first time.
There's certainly been some games where the younger guys have played most or the entire second half, so Arkadelphia's never tried to run up the score on anyone, but you have to keep scoring against Clinton because they've scored 26 tonight, and Arkadelphia just hit 50.
And they have that quick strike ability on offense themselves, even though they tend to have that more methodical approach to offense. May work against them here as this game is coming to a close. We've got about half of the 4th quarter left here, and it's going to be an uphill battle for Clinton on the road as they trail by 24.
Arkadelphia sets up. Brock Curry tees the ball up. He's out there, but also Spencer Allen is. You never know which one's going to kick off. That's one of the great things about the special teams for Arkadelphia. Not easy to figure out. Here's the kick, and it is going to be Allen kicking it this time, and he'll kick it high and deep. It is returnable for Epley at the 10-yard line. He's up to the 15, hits the 20. He's got speed, but he's hit by Arkadelphia, and they're going to push him backwards at the 24-yard line. So Arkadelphia will send its defense back out. The defense has given up a touchdown this half, but they have played much better after a tough second half of the first quarter. Second quarter got a little bit better. Arkadelphia stretched out its lead, and they've certainly done so again here in the second half with a 50-26 lead, almost doubling the score now against Clinton. Clinton, a team that loves to play the wing T formation, and they're going to stick with them. I'm a little surprised, Chase, they're not going right to the shotgun, but they're going to start with a handoff up the middle that goes nowhere. It is 2nd down and 10, maybe 11 on the handoff to Hutto. You would think they would start throwing the ball.
You would think that here at this point in the contest. This is a team that believes that they have a strong run game, and they do indeed, but right now time is the enemy for the Yellow Jackets, and they've got about 5.5 minutes left to work with now in this contest. It'll be interesting to see if they do go to that shotgun. It looked like we were going to see it right there, but they go back to the diamond T.
Throw to the flat, a double pass, and they'll throw to a receiver, and they cannot get the ball to him. It was a double pass. Looked like it was almost an illegal pass, but I guess that was a backwards pass to set up the double pass, but Emberton's pass was much too long for Epley, so it's 3rd down and 11.
And we've seen trick plays work for Clinton earlier in this contest. This one not working out, though. Tried to find his man downfield and overshot him.
Just got a final score. Batesville Southside did get a win tonight, 28-24 over Star City. What a close game that was. But because Batesville Southside got the win, Arkadelphia is going to be on the road for the second round of the playoffs next week. From the shotgun, back to pass, under pressure. They'll throw it short and throw it complete. Here is a run after the catch up to the 26, maybe the 27. Not nearly enough for a first down. On the catch for Clinton was Austin Lynch. And now a flag goes down.
There's a flag on the play. It is after the play.
Let's see what this call is going to be, as we've just seen a lot of extracurriculars and no real. Well, the officials have had a long conversation now, 4 of them together. They want to keep everything under control here, and both teams have been penalized for personal fouls and for unsportsmanlike conduct tonight.
A dead ball foul.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike against Clinton. And an ejection. They have kicked a Yellow Jacket out of the game. Now, a tough way to end the season, as it turns out, for the Yellow Jackets. They did have a lead in the first half at 20-14. Since then, Arkadelphia has piled it on, 50-26. They're going to change. They're going to bring out several players. Now they're going to come back on the field. You know, the Yellow Jackets just a little confused as to who should be lining up right now. 3rd down and very long. They're going to spot the ball at the 12-yard line. The scoreboard shows 3rd. The box shows 3rd. We're thinking that was a dead ball foul, not to be 4th down. Now the officials maybe will discuss that as well. They've had a busy night. The officials are going to sleep well tonight. They've been busy. Now they're going to send 5 players in and 5 players out because they have decided it's 4th down. They're going to punt the ball away. They got it right. They had to talk about it, but they got it right.
4th down and 23.
4th down. And boy, they're going to need a good punt from here. Punting from their own 11. Good snap. Here's the kick. It's very high. Nice kick. Just depends on the bounce. It's going to take an Arkadelphia bounce all the way back to the 33-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. And so Arkadelphia has really fine field position, Chase.
You're right, Jeff, and at this point in the contest, it looks like the final result has been decided, but maybe a chance for Arkadelphia here to get a few more insurance points here at the end of the contest. We'll see if Coach Shucker just goes ahead and sends out the first-string offense, or if we'll see some of the younger guys. Based on the set we've got out there right now, it looks like Witten and Davis in the first string will be back out for this next drive.
4:46 left. A little too early, I guess, to say that all the subs ought to come in, and so they're going to stick with the first teamers right up the middle. Davis breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, breaks a 3rd tackle. He's going to score. Touchdown Arkadelphia, and another big run by Jay-Sean Davis. Wow, 33-yard touchdown run. He's piling on some yards tonight. Stay tuned to the postgame show. Jim Rothwell will give us a statistical report, and I am anxious to see how many yards Davis is going to wind up with tonight. He hasn't carried all that many times, really, but he's had some nice long runs.
Really adding to his Landers Award campaign as a candidate. One of the finalists for that award that's going to be given out by KATV at the end of the season. And it's plays like that, they're going to help him boost his chances. Huge scorer in the postseason here. He's had a great night.
Kick is up and kick is blocked. And so Arkadelphia fails to convert on an extra point for the first time tonight. It's 56-26, Arkadelphia with a 30-point lead, 4:37 left in the football game, and we'll be back with more Arkadelphia playoff football after this.
Price & Company Insurance is the area's only trusted choice independent insurance agency. What is that, you might ask? An independent insurance agency works for you, the customer, and not the insurance companies. So the next time you're shopping for home, auto, business, life, or health insurance, we invite you to experience an unprecedented level of customer service and expertise. Call or click for a quote today.
Arkadelphia set to kick off. Badgers with a nice lead now. 56-26, 4:37 left in this football game. It's been an unusual game from the beginning, Chase, but it's turning out well for the Arkadelphia Badgers.
And this is more of the result that we thought we'd see at the beginning of the game, but there's been a lot of ups and downs, ebbs and flows throughout this contest, but the Badgers riding a huge wave of momentum here in the second half, and it looks like it's going to be a good win here in what should be the Badgers' final game of the season at All Care Field, but what a way to end it.
So the Arkadelphia Badgers will have a penalty on the kickoff as it just did roll out of bounds. So first down at 35 for Clinton. Arkadelphia is going to send in some of the younger guys in the defensive backfield. We do see some starters still in the lineup on the line of scrimmage. This is a good offense, and so if you send nothing but sophomores out there, even ninth graders who are dressed out tonight, that's going to be hard, but now they got a mixture. I see at least one ninth grader out there. That's going to be Purifoy, I believe. No, it's going to be checking in for Arkadelphia, number 52. And he is a guy we're going to call his name a lot, Nikeeson Wimberly, checking in on the line, number 52. Here's a running play, new quarterback in for Clinton, and he will be tackled at the line of scrimmage. They might give him 1 yard. On the carry was Joby Chalk. He's an 11th grader. Big, strong quarterback, but couldn't escape, so a gain of only 1. Also in for Arkadelphia in the defensive backfield, a young man who is really, really making a name for himself in the defensive backfield, and that is Nick Williams with a couple of interceptions in recent weeks. Badgers line up defensively. Chalk at quarterback will hand off. Here's Epley. He'll escape one tackler, won't escape the next two, and gains only a yard or two. It's third down and long.
Epley carrying the ball.
And Jeff, we talked about it earlier. It looks like Clinton here is going to stick with that run game. We haven't seen them go back to that shotgun in a while. And with the backup quarterback in, maybe Clinton looking to just run the clock out here. A comeback definitely unlikely in this situation. There has been, as you mentioned, a lot of extracurriculars, though, and you just got to hope that there's nothing else added to that and we can just have a clean finish to this contest here, because these are two quality teams that put up a great fight here tonight.
Here is a run to the right side. This is a good run, and this is that sophomore that we've talked about all night. Good run up to the Arkadelphia 39-yard line. And that is Zane Widener. Remember that name. He is a very fine player for Clinton. I want you to watch at the line of scrimmage, number 50 and number 52. This is Katie Young. And next to him is Wimberly. One will be a junior and the other will be a sophomore next year, and they're both really fine interior linemen. A running play gets nothing for the Yellow Jackets. The clock will continue to run down to 2:44 left in the game. Chase, I like the look of those two young linemen.
That's true, and it really shows how bright the future is for this football program. Katie Young, already one of the impact players for the Badgers as a sophomore, and Wimberly building a case for himself, too, that he's going to have a breakout season next year, already getting some good playing experience here in the postseason.
Pass play. They'll throw it short. There's a completion, but falling down after the catch for a gain of only a couple is Hutto.
Number 34.
And a flag down. We might set a record for flags tonight.
That's Jacob Hutto.
That's in the backfield. We expect to see holding, but let's see what it is.
There's a flag on the play.
Did they rough the passer, or was that holding? We're waiting to find out. Personal foul roughing the passer. And that's going to be a mark off against Arkadelphia for a new first down for the Yellow Jackets. 2:03 left. And I think everybody would just like to see the game expire here before we see too many more flags. Spirit teams are cheering. Good crowd here on a cold night.
22-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
Chalk, the new quarterback, also kneels quite far when he is under center. Oh, he's in trouble, and he escapes the sack from Wilson. He runs to the sideline and will not make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Nice play on the far side, coming up for the tackle for Arkadelphia and creating the loss after Wilson pushed the quarterback back. The actual tackle was made by Zane Thomason.
How about the strength showed off by Chalk on that play? It looked like he was going to go down for a pretty quick sack on that play, but had a stiff arm or two there to extend the play and got to the outside. He is eventually wrapped up, but still just an excellent job of resisting the pressure, a good pressure from Arkadelphia's defense.
Back to the 32. They're going to hand off and gain maybe 2 yards on the carry that time for Clinton as he was coming around the side was Bryston Venable, and they're playing some sophomores as well.
Number 3, Kobe Buckley, makes the stop.
Ball at the 29-yard line. Kobe Buckley on the tackle, having a nice senior year for Arkadelphia. Staying in with younger guys on defense. Kind of a mixture right now. Some veteran players and starters and some younger guys in.
3rd down and 17.
Third and long pass, and it's incomplete. Well defended on the far sideline and incomplete. Defending for Arkadelphia on the play was one of the young guys who has played some this year, Kelburn Middleton, only a 10th grader. Chase is going to go down to the sideline for a post-game interview with head coach Trey Shucker, and Chris Babb joins us. On 4th down and long, why not go for it?
4th down and 17.
The waning moments of the game. Chalk at quarterback, lines up in the shotgun. He does have a strong arm. Back to pass. He's under pressure. He's hit, and he's going to be sacked. Big sack for Arkadelphia. Coming up with the play for the Badgers,
Dakota Black.
Dakota Black coming in quickly and making a big hit.
Yeah, big hit on the blitz from the right side. The outside linebacker came in with the big blitz, got the good hit on the quarterback for the sack, and that will probably do it. Let's just take a knee and get out of here, right?
I like the fact that both teams got some younger guys into the lineup at the end of this game. Clinton didn't just put the first teamers in and try to score. They got some experience for their younger guys. Arkadelphia obviously was doing the same thing, and they'll do it again here on offense. You're right, they may or may not run a play with only 38 seconds left, but everybody's going to check in for a little playoff football. And they are going to line up in victory formation. Arkadelphia will come away with a big win, but an unusual game as they actually fell behind in the first half. 20-14, and then dominated after that. Cade McBride takes the snap, takes the knee, and Arkadelphia is going to get a victory tonight. Down to 30 seconds left. They are not going to have to snap it again.
No, and most of the time you see Coach Shucker, the coaches will let their second group run a play, but I think Coach Shucker just wanted to take a knee, be done, and they're not going to have to snap the ball again, and we can just end this one.
Really a tough fight put up by Clinton, but Arkadelphia in the end was able to take control of the game in the second quarter and then keep control of the game throughout the second half and stretch this out into an impressive win of 30 points at 56-26. Unusual score tonight, not the score that we expected, but maybe the spread that Arkadelphia was hoping for.
It was. That was one of the strangest first halves. And Clinton took a punch. They took a punch on the after getting the ball. Arkadelphia scores on its first play, get a touchdown. And then on the next series and the next play, you have a big, just a big tackle, a hat on the ball, pops it loose. Marvion Berry scores a touchdown, makes it 14-0. And a lot of times when you get in that situation, you get so quickly, bam, bam, you kind of stay off your guard, you kind of get caught off guard. You lose some of the intensity, and that probably what happened. And then also Clinton just ran their offense effectively. They had some Widener and then Epley. I mean, those are pretty quick runners. And Widener, the sophomore, very impressive running back. Arkadelphia was able to escape, kind of get some stops in that second half, and it was 36-20 at halftime. I think Chase said at one time Arkadelphia went on, the big run to get the victory, and so it's on to Batesville.
I tell you what, you got to take your hat off to Clinton because they did come back. I mean, down 14-0 in the first few moments of the first quarter. They one would think would have been shell-shocked, but as you said, Chris, they came back, they ran their offense, took a 20-14 lead, and then Arkadelphia really put it together after that and stretched out its lead. Just before halftime, that touchdown with less than a minute left, that was a key touchdown for Arkadelphia.
It was. You take a look out there now. I mean, the season comes to an end. This is you're in the playoffs, and so Epley, the big senior, Austin Lynch, a senior also. Not a whole lot of seniors on this roster. You said Jacob Hutto's name, some linemen also, but not very many seniors on this. And Harley Tobin will be back next year.
Yes, and he's a very, very fine quarterback.
Along with Widener.
And if he doesn't cut his hair, it's going to be down below his waist by the time we see him in the playoffs next year. He's a really talented quarterback, runs that offense well, whether it's the wing tee or passing formation, has a strong arm. So Clinton, 5-6 on the year, 5-5 overall. They were 4-3 in conference play and won some key games and almost beat Lone Oak last week. We're going to have scores in the post-game show. We're going to have a very interesting statistical report coming from Jim Rothwell. And, of course, Chase Harsel is down on the field where he's going to interview Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. We will do all of that when we come back with the Blend Real Estate postgame show after this.
The Board of Directors of South Central Arkansas Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fill a need other internet providers are not able to provide to our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.com or call 855-269-3429.
R&T Dixon's Exxon stores are proud supporters of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Locally owned and operated by Randy and Tanya Dixon, we welcome you to visit any of our 3 convenient locations in Arkadelphia and Caddo Valley. Fill up your tank and get your snacks in our stores located at each I-30 exit and also near downtown by Washita and Henderson. Visit Dixon's Family Store at 3036 Pine Street or Tiger Mart on North 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or visit Dixon's Valley Exxon at 144 Valley Street in Caddo Valley today. R&T Dixon's Exxon stores say Go Badgers.
Blend Real Estate is our sponsor for the postgame show. Our buddy Kerry Garnett in San Diego. Kerry is the state champion quarterback from the team of 1979, and he loves the Badgers and is sponsoring this postgame show. We appreciate it. Blend Real Estate and our buddy Kerry Garnett. Well, let's just answer the question on everybody's mind right now. If you haven't gone to the internet yourself, we'll tell you what it says. It says Batesville Southside 28 and Star City 24. Everybody here kind of hoping for a Star City upset in that game because with the win, Batesville Southside gets to host the next round and play the Arkadelphia Badgers. So Arkadelphia is going to head to Batesville next week and play Southside. Arkadelphia has been there once before and won in the playoffs. They're going to have to try to do it again here in 2021. Star City coming up just 4 points short of a nice upset and a trip to Arkadelphia instead. The Badgers will be on the road next week. Let's go to Jim Rothwell and talk about stats. Gosh, Jim, when you score 56 points, you got some guys putting up some good stats. Am I right?
We do. Donovan Whitten was 9 out of 17, 146 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Started off pretty slow. I think he was 1 out of 6 to begin with, but there were 3 drops in that group. So counting, and both passes were just in their arms, so it wasn't like they were difficult catches. They'd had a good night, 12 out of 17, but 9 out of 17, not the big night, not a lot of the big passes that we see from Whitten usually. We did have a couple of big passes to Trent Campbell, 4 receptions for Tripp for 72 yards. Deshaun Davis had 2 for 35, and Bailey had 3 for 28 on receiving. So 146 yards receiving there for Arkadelphia. Rushing, Deshaun Davis, another big night. 12 carries, 152 yards. That's almost 13 yards a carry. A couple of just really amazing runs. He runs over them and then he runs by them. And 5 touchdowns on the night rushing. That's pretty impressive. 206 total yards rushing for Arkadelphia. Whitten did carry 6 times for 24. Bailey 2 for 28. Had several penalties, but not as many as Clinton did. Arkadelphia ended up with 7 penalties for 60 yards, and did have the one fumble that they did recover as well. So sort of a strange night offensively. I mean, there wasn't the consistency that we usually have seen the last several weeks in Arkadelphia, being able to just pick up play after play after play. It came on some big plays, and they had some drives that stalled there. Looking at the defense for Arkadelphia tonight, did a good job overall. Clinton just threw 25 passes, which for me I thought was a lot for them to have to throw, but some of that was because they got behind and they just needed to do that. They were 12 out of 21, or the main quarterback, Tobin, was 12 out of 21 for 96 yards and 1 TD. Spread that around, but the major receiver for them tonight was Epley, 5 receptions for 34 yards, and then Burgess had the 1 reception of 6 yards for a touchdown. Widener was the key to their offense. He carried 14 times, 130 yards. That's about 9.5 yards a carry. He had 2 TDs. Ben Davis had didn't have a great night. He had 10 carries for 30 yards. Their fullback. Their offense depends on the fullback getting more than that. Hutto, who was the other, Hutto, that was 10 for 30 for Hutto. Davis had 18 for 78. So that's 100 yards from their fullback position. Their offense depends really on getting more from that to open up that middle and then open up the counter plays and the double handoffs and things like that. Let's see, Tobin was 13 carries for 9 yards. A lot of those were just short. A lot of those were the first downs there. On 4th down, a quarterback sneak. The other major running back was Epley, 7 carries for 32. 261 total yards for Clinton on 68 carries. You can tell that's they had almost that's 93 plays that Clinton ran, averaged about 3.8 per rush. For Arkadelphia, if you look back, the number of plays, and this is a big difference, 17 and 22, Arkadelphia ran 39 plays to almost 100 for Clinton. It was
93 offensive plays for Clinton, 39 for Arkadelphia. Wow.
So you know that's it's tough to come out and win, especially win by what Arkadelphia did when you've got that much difference in the number of plays.
14 of those points on the 1-play drive and the defensive touchdown.
Yeah.
So and that's what a ball control offense is going to try to do, try to run plays, but they did end up with some big chunk plays.
Yeah. Widener had several big runs as well, and particularly on the double handoff move that they did. So strange game, but it's a win, and we move on to the next one.
So, gentlemen, let's move to an offensive player of the game. Lots of choices here. We know one guy who scored a bunch of touchdowns. What do you vote for, Jim?
I'd have to go with Davis just because he had almost 200 total yards, 5 touchdowns. Some of them were short runs, but those 2 longer runs for touchdowns, those were impressive. I mean, those were big-time runs. Depending on where he had been on the field, that would have been 70 or 80-yard runs.
Yeah, Trip Campbell, when I was thinking about it, I said, man, who do you pick player of the game? Because you mentioned offensively just kind of out of sync. You know, I mean, there were more punts than you've normally seen. We had more drop passes than you normally see. And I said Trip Campbell had the couple of touchdown catches and had a good effort. And Jim looks at me and says, Jay Sean scored 5 touchdowns. I said, well, okay, there you go. There you go. It's kind of hard to top that.
Yeah, true. And a lot of those were breakaway touchdowns, as Jim said, could have been 80-yard touchdowns instead of 45-yard touchdowns. I'm going to go with you guys. So Davis is our offensive player of the game. Trip Campbell, though, it's been a lot that he's come back to the team after an injury.
Yeah. Right, no doubt, and especially, you have the receivers in that core, Braylon Bailey, Trip Campbell, Antonio Hughes, Carter Babb. 2 of those have been nursing some injuries, so it's good to see Tripp come back. Hughes has been back in the offense a little bit, and now Alex Loy looked like, I think he tweaked his ankle. Saw him walking around, in the second half. He was out of his uniform, but he was walking around. So hopefully Alex will be all right. But you got 4 or 5 guys, and you got to have them step up. And Tripp Campbell did that tonight.
And Chris, let's talk for just a minute before we go to the defensive player of the game. Talk about this offensive line. They performed so well all year.
They really have. Starts up front, Matthew Porter, Tucker Johnson, Darian Beard, Nigel Robinson out there as well. Judson Kuhn has been there, and then you have a couple others that just kind of rotate in.
Curtis,
Brady Curtis.
Yeah.
He was the offensive player of the week last week. So this offensive line has, there are sometimes when you look and Jay Sean gets bottled up for a yard, but it doesn't happen repeatedly over and over. And so this offensive line has done a good job.
Let's talk about the defensive player of the game. Jim, we're starting with you again.
That's tough because against an offense like this, it is hard to identify someone because you have so much gang tackling.
Well, Jim, we pay you to make the tough calls.
I know.
Oh, wait a minute. We don't pay you. Sorry,
That's right.
Sorry. We don't pay you at all, Jim, but make a tough call anyway.
Tough call. Bailey, again, he does so many different things on coverage, special teams, offense, and there were several times that he would be there on the sweep to make the tackle or that double handoff. He would be the one getting there to do that. So,
it'd be interesting to see how Coach Grimmett, the defensive coordinator, grades the film for this one, because obviously we're looking at tackles and production and tackles in the backfield, but there are a lot of times that those defensive coaches, when they go and grade the film, are looking at completely different things. But Braylon Bailey, anytime, that guy's just so valuable to this team. So, it's a tough one, but I could go with that too.
You don't know if they're playing their technique right because some of those double handoffs. What happened? Why were they able to get outside? And you just can't tell on that.
Right.
So the defense gave up 26 points, but in the end they made some key stops, especially in the second half, that let the offense spread that out and make it a 30-point win.
Yeah, you had defensive line. You called K.D. Young's name. You called Max Wilson's name a lot. The linebackers, Alex Turley, Landon Kewen, they all made some stops. When they did throw, there was good coverage in the secondary. You mentioned Antonio Hughes a couple of times. Braylon had a couple of nice open field tackles and just completely takes away some of that. We mentioned Marvion Berry. He had the scoop and score and scored a touchdown, so that doesn't happen very often. So, they pay you the most bucks. I guess your zero is bigger than Jim's zero, right?
Yeah, we're not having math class at the moment if we are confused on our zeros. But I'm going to say Marvion Berry. That's a scoop and score. Yeah. That's a key play in the game to give Arkadelphia that 14-0 lead.
No doubt, and it sends Arkadelphia on to Batesville Southside.
All right. So speaking of Batesville Southside, let's talk about the scores from around the state. We've already announced that Arkadelphia will head to Batesville because a 4-point victory tonight for Batesville Southside over Star City means that Arkadelphia will not get its second home game in the playoffs. Instead, they're going to head to Batesville next week.
Right. I believe this is it's not the order of the bracket, but we'll go down the scores from tonight. Shiloh Christian defeated Cave City 48-7. That sets up a matchup with Ashdown. Ashdown, the 3 seed from Arkadelphia, the 4A7 goes to Lone Oak, the 3 seed from the 4A2, and wins 35-14. There were 3 matchups between the 4A7 and the 4A2 tonight, and 4A7 went 3-0. Robinson also had a victory over Mills. We mentioned the Batesville Southside win over Star City. Star City was up 24-21. Southside scored late in the fourth quarter to win 28-24. That sets up the matchup with Arkadelphia. Stuttgart, the 1 seed out of the 4A2, defeats Monticello 42-7. Fountain Lake went all the way to Pocahontas. This game was 28-28 in the second half, but Pocahontas rattles off 19 in a row to win 47-28. Probably one of the longest trips in the state. Mena to Truman. Mena, the Bearcats come up short. The Truman Wildcats get a 27-14 win. Lamar defeats Gentry 21-20. Ozark, the 1 seed that is on Arkadelphia's half of the bracket. Ozark defeated Huntsville 48-18. I believe that'll set up a matchup with Crossit next week in Ozark. Crossit defeated Pottsville 49-7. We mentioned the Robinson win 35-8 over Mills. Malvern, they were up 28-7 in the second half, and they hold on to win 28-20. So I believe Malvern will head to Rivercrest next week, and that looks like that is all the scores in the 4A. Other scores of interest from around Center Point goes to Osceola and gets a 29-14 win. Bismarck gets an 18-8 win over Hackett. That's quite a trip as well. And then the other close one in the county, and I believe Gurdon defeated Junction City as we scroll down. Yeah, Gurdon gets a big win at Junction City, 26-22. So good night for football around Clark County and around the area.
And a big night for the 7-4A tonight.
Yeah, 4-1, I believe, was the tally. If you look at Fountain Lake was the only one to lose. So Arkadelphia's win, Malvern, Robinson, and Ashdown, 4-1 in the first round for the 4A7.
And Fountain Lake playing so well so late in the game. You got to figure with a limited number of players, just kind of maybe ran out of gas toward the end of that game.
Yeah, just not enough numbers. Hats off to Fountain Lake for sticking in there. There were a couple of weeks in week 7 or 8. You're like, can they even finish the season? But hats off, of a huge learning experience for those guys.
All right, our opportunity now to have an interview. This is Chase Hartzell. He's down on the sideline and having a conversation with Arkadelphia's victorious head coach, Trey Shucker. It's been so good to have that pair. They do a coaches show together. We hope you see it on Arkadelphia Badger TV every week. And, of course, after ball games, we have this interview. And down on the sideline now, Chase Hartzell with the head coach.
I'm here now on the field with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Coach Shucker, another huge win here tonight, here in the first round of the playoffs. A lot of momentum swings in this matchup, but your team able to pull away with a huge victory at home here tonight. Were there any key defining moments that really turned the tide for your team?
Yeah, well, I just want to say, Clinton's a very good football team. They're tough, they're hard-nosed, and they really got after it. They gave us some problems. We're very proud of our kids for how they responded and, finished the game. We really got after it. Very proud of Jason Davis. He had 5 touchdowns tonight. Very proud of our defense for holding strong. They had some long drives. Our defense held strong and got them off the field eventually. It was a really good team victory for us.
And with this win here tonight, advancing into the second round of the playoffs for a matchup against Batesville Southside. Of course, that means this will be the last game of the season here at All Clear Field, but getting the close out with a win in front of the home crowd, how does that feel? And also, what's the mindset now going on the road for the rest of the playoffs?
Well, it's awesome. We're going to miss playing in this stadium. I wish we could play in here a couple more times, but, our home crowd is so awesome. They're so great and so supportive. There's nothing really like it. But what we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to play on the road, and we're going to have to turn into some road warriors, and we're going to have to be able to bring some fans with us and get there and create a home environment on the road. But the biggest thing right now is be consistent with what we do and prepare, and get ready for every week and every opponent, just like we've been doing all season.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Go Badgers.
Go Badgers is right. Thank you so much, Chase Hartzell, and so much to our own head coach, Trey Shucker. It is so much fun to hear Trey Shucker talk because he is a guy who loves his football team, and they're playing well for him right now. It is impressive to see such a tight bond between a coaching staff and a bunch of players.
It is. This group really gets along. They play well. They play hard. This coaching staff from day one in a difficult situation last year. You don't want to rehash when they came in during COVID and all that, but from day one in difficult circumstances, built a rapport with these guys. You see them down there still taking some pictures with some of the players and talking right now. So happy for this staff. You never understand how many hours any coaching staff puts in until you work with them in a variety of ways, and coaching staffs do put a lot of hours in, and this staff's no exception.
Chris, wrap it up for us by commenting about the game next week. We're going to learn a lot about Batesville Southside during the week, but I tell you what, Arkadelphia has been up there before. It's a long drive, about 2 hours and 40 minutes, but Arkadelphia has had a victory on that field previously in the playoffs, and you got to feel like the Badgers have a chance to do it again.
Yeah, I think I remember we didn't get blown away before the game with the helicopter, and it ended up happening. The blowout happened in the game, but Batesville Southside comes into this game 9-2. 9-2 overall, losses to Stuttgart. It was a close game with Stuttgart. If you can't compare scores, but we're going to anyway. The only common opponent is going to be Clinton. Batesville Southside won at Clinton 35-20. The only other loss on the season was the first game of the year, lost 20-14 at Pocahontas. Batesville Southside has won 7 games in a row. They finished second in the 4A2. And they're going to be another similar running offense. It's going to be another run-first offense, the gun T. Coach Kenny Simpson used to be the head coach at Southside, went to Searcy as the head coach, then decided to get out of head coaching. And he has writes some books and has a lot of those about his offense. And he is now the offensive coordinator back at Batesville Southside. So it's a growing district. It's a district that I think in the next cycle, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on this, could be moving up to 5A because it is a growing growing district. So it'll be interesting a matchup. They're going to play hard-nosed football with the gun T again. They're going to watch this film and see things that they can do that take advantage of where the Arkadelphia defense gave up yards tonight.
Chris, it's a good point. Arkadelphia, of course, is 8-3, but Chris, against 4A competition, Arkadelphia is 7-1. So it's an awfully good matchup next week. Arkadelphia traveling to Batesville Southside, and Arkadelphia, even with a 56-point performance, even with a 30-point win, Chris, the Badgers do have some things they can concentrate on practice this week to get ready for that big game Friday.
Yeah, we just had a 30-point win, and I think during one of the breaks, of course, I think at the time we were only by 17 or 20, but you said, we're going to win this game, but it just feels frustrating or just weird.
Part of it is the offense the opponent was running, right? It always makes for a kind of an uneven flow of the game. And then part of it is that Arkadelphia did make some mistakes, but you can't complain too much when you score 56 and win by 30. So Arkadelphia with a convincing win tonight, and they're going to head to Batesville next week. We're going to be there, and we hope you will be there also to support the Badgers. If you can't make it to Batesville next Friday night, then turn on your computer, your phone, your TV, whatever you need to turn on to make sure you catch this game, because the Badgers are one dangerous team in the playoffs, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun in Batesville bringing you that game next week.
And if you are going, don't forget you got to buy your tickets online. You can't do it at the gate unless you use your phone or your computer.
There you go. There you go. You got to be with it in this new age of electronic technology, just like we are, or at least one of us.
And our TikTok.
That's right. That's right. Whatever that is. All right. So, folks, final score from Badger Stadium: Arkadelphia 56 and Clinton 26. We'll be back with more playoff football next week. I want to say thank you to Jim Rothwell. Say thank you to Chase. Why am I calling you Chris? That's Chris over there. Chase Hartzell right here, and Coleman Callan on camera all night long doing a super job as he has all season long. Our quarterback is Chris Babb. I want to say thank you to you for tuning in. 56-26 Arkadelphia with the win. That's it from Arkadelphia tonight. We'll be in Batesville next week. Good night, everybody. And Abby, Daddy is on his way home.